Good evening. Live. Please confirm that you can hear me if you are here. Sorry for the delay. I had a very terrible technical glitch. A very bad one. um, so if you're here, once you're here, confirm that you can hear me. I lost my audio, I lost my sound, and I couldn't find out why. Then I later realized that there was a problem with my Zoom. So Zoom was on my phone, refused to go off. I had to delete the app before I could come in here. Okay, so okay. Let me reach out to Dr. Muyiwa. Okay, so once you come in, introduce yourself while I reach out to him. Okay. So I want us to have this, I want us to have this conversation. It's not going to be a very long one. But yes, I want us to have this conversation because I've seen it to be a very important one, a very important conversation. And this night, we are going to make it as conversational as possible. Okay, as conversational as possible. So once you come in, drop your name in the comment section. Let us know that you are here with us. Where you can mention where you're watching from. Okay. Feel free to mention where you're watching from. Share this live event with your friends, your colleagues, the groups that you are in. Let them join. Okay, let them join in. It's going to be a very fantastic conversation. I can promise you that. The anchor, the moderator for this event tonight, she's having very terrible. That's Bolanle. She has done a lot. Put a lot of work into coordinating this and organizing it, setting the dates, reaching out, sending messages. She has done a lot. Okay. And if you're in the physiopreneur community, you would know that she has really done a lot. But unfortunately, today, the network seems to not be on her side. Okay. So I want us to, okay, finally, finally, they will need to connect their mic before you can add them to the stream. Okay, so Bolanle is here, but I don't know if, let's see. I just hope things work out well. If she's able to connect her mic, just, Bolanle, if you can hear me, you can try any option that they give you that would allow you to connect your mic and your video. Just try that. Try that and see if it helps. So, like I was saying, this is not an ordinary session. It's not an ordinary launch session. It's not you coming to learn PNF, MET, what's it called? Which other technique? STM, joint manipulation, mobilization. No, it's beyond that. Okay, it's beyond that. We've been doing all that all year long, right? But this time around, we need to have a conversation. We need to have a very rugged, a very heated, and a very needed conversation. The truth of the matter is, I know a lot of us here. Like I said, if you come in, just introduce yourself. Okay, introduce yourself in the comment section. Let's know you. Let's meet you. Okay. So if you're physio, see how I want you to do it. Introduce yourself. Your name is. We already can see your name, unless your name is not what you're using on YouTube. Put down your name, where you are practicing. Okay, if you want to, you can include that. Then what you do outside of physiotherapy. So if you sell anything, you can market it, you can put it here. What you do, the business you're into, if you're a writer or an author or a coach or a public speaker or a trainer, you can put it down. If you're convening something, you're building a community, you're building a platform, you've developed a tech tool, whatever it is, just put it down. We would want to know you more beyond the tag that we have, physiotherapists. Okay. So like I was saying, this conversation is coming up because of the observation. Good evening, Lekon Folabi. Thank you very much for joining. The observation that a lot of times physios are not prepared for the future. The physios that we have been trained to become are not physios that are prepared for what is to come. Okay, in fact, it is not just the future. It's not just the future. A lot of physios are not even prepared for the now, for the current realities that we are facing in the world right now. Many people are not prepared, many people are not ready. Okay. And then you look at the way things are. So many physios finish from school, they come out, they graduate, they are looking for a job, you know, and after the whole job seeking thing, you eventually get a job that you cannot categorize as a good job. You get a job where you are being overused, overworked, and underpaid. A lot of times, this is what we have, this is what we see, this is what we observe, and it does not make sense. It really doesn't make sense that after all the years you spent in school, all the money you put into schooling, some people are paid millions. People who went to private schools, they pay millions and hundreds of thousands in school fees, right? And then you come out from that market to enter another market. You have to hustle for everything. You have to pay for your way through everything. And at the end of the day, what's the reward that will come out of it? What's the return on investment? If we are not, see, the truth of the matter is, thank you. Oh, wow. Pravanya, thank you very much. You always turn up for my sessions from India. That's a lot. I know it may not really be such a comfortable time in India for you right now. I think this should be around maybe 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. maybe. But thank you for joining. So, like I was saying, if we keep looking at it this way, you know, you have to realize that there's just a lot we can do beyond what we're being paid, right? And then I was giving examples with those who went to school to study, and they paid a lot of money, tuition fees, school fees, buy textbooks, buy this, buy that. And at the end of the day, you do not have the requisite knowledge to actually create wealth. Okay. So after all the spending, after everything, you come to work and you're being paid some hundreds of thousands, a few hundreds of thousands, right? And then, from there, you are underpaid. You're underpaid. There's no, how do I put it now? There's no need to paint words. You are being underpaid. You are not satisfied. You know that there's something more in your life. There's something more that your heart yearns after. There's something deeper that you want to pursue. You want to pursue. You know that you deserve better. You deserve to be treated better. You know that if you continue living the way you are living right now, on the salary that you are receiving, if you continue that way for the next 10, 20 years, you know there are certain cars you may never be able to afford. In fact, you may never even drive a car in your life if you continue the way it's going right now. Comparing, let me bring Bolanle to the stage. So comparing, this is the last thing I'm going to say. So before I'll hand over the microphone to her, comparing the life that we are living, the reward that we are earning, the money we are earning in the name of salary, comparing that to what is actually happening, the current trends globally in terms of how money moves, and in terms of what, the financial climate. So it means that the cost of everything is going up, but look at the scale. Look at the scale of your salaries. Look at the scale of the salaries who have gone ahead of for people who have gone ahead of you. your friends, your parents, your elder brothers or whatever. Look at how the reward system has been. Look at plot the graph, calculate it. It means that if you are going to depend on that source, how they have ended up is the same way you will end up. There's no magic about it. And this is why you have a lot of physios going to school, coming out, working for years, and they don't have a car. They are jumping bike to come to lecture you in class, right? They are telling you the secrets of success. Meanwhile, they can't afford transport. I mean, this thing is no longer funny. It's not funny at all. You have to decide to weed yourself, like uproot yourself from that system, from that slavery mentality that this is all there is. I mean, all that I have, all that I am can be summarized in terms of the salary I'm being paid. So I just want us to open our minds. I want this session to be that session that will finally become it for you. That one that, okay, if you are holding any promise this year, this one has to be part of it. It doesn't matter you know the whole year has been or the previous years have been. I just want you to open your mind in what is going to be shared. I mean, to assimilate what's going to be shared here tonight. There's a lot of value that will come, I can assure you. Dr. Muyiwa is already in the building, so just get ready, get prepared, get your notes ready, your writing materials, your notepad, everything you want to get ready, please get it ready. Okay, because we're about to ascend and it's going to be a very fantastic one. So um Bolali has just disappeared again, so I believe I think it's network, but she will definitely be back. But then I've given an overview before I bring Dr. Muyiwa up on stage. And remember, I said, anywhere you saw this link from, please do us a favor. First of all, you can like this video. You can like the video. That's one of the ways people get to actually see that something happened here and it was of value to you, right? And then secondly, if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. Okay, hit the subscribe button to my channel so that you get to see more of this, because I intend to use this platform to also communicate more to physios. Now, one thing that prompted the origin, one thing that brought about this community, physiopreneur community, one, how physiotherapists can drive entrepreneurship within physiotherapy. Then two, how we can look beyond just the description of physiotherapy and actually create wealth. Because a lot of people have been held back by that limiting belief that all I can ever do, all I can ever be must be tied to the title physiotherapy. After all, I went to school for how many years and I've come out and this is what I am. No. So that's what this session is about. And I'll be sharing a lot of ideas. I'll be also Coach Muyiwa will also be here to share a lot of ideas with us, so that we would have something to take home. Okay. So and then after this session, after my session and his, we're going to have a question and answer session, a joint question and answer session where you can ask anything. Okay. And the way I would like to do it is, as we are doing this session, if you remember any question, just so you don't forget it, either pen it down or put that question in the comment section. So once we are done, um we'll pick up the questions from the comment section and answer. And if you have more questions to ask, bring it on. Okay. Remember, I said I want this to be as conversational as possible and as practical as possible. And obviously, that's what we are here to do. Thank you very much once again. So I'm going to bring Coach Dr. Muyiwa up on stage to share with us practicable tips, knowledge, and also inspire us to create wealth beyond our job descriptions, to look into multiple systems and streams of creating income or building wealth. Okay. So we all know Muyiwa Adejugbagbe. If you don't know him, if you don't know him, you are not a physiotherapist. I would like to put it that way. He is the founder, the convener of Neuro Rehab, and then the Neuro Rehab community, offering physiotherapy services and also a lot of guidance and mentoring to younger physiotherapists. I mean, we were having a conversation today on the group, and at a point I just paused and I realized God, if not for neuro rehab, I would have been frustrated. No cap, I would have been very frustrated. I would have been frustrated. I would have gotten really tired of the whole thing. But then you come to this group and then you see people making contributions, intellectual contributions. I remember one time I looked at the group, I went through the conversations in that group, and I left the group. I felt like crying. I felt like just crying for my life for a while and asking myself, what did I go to school to do? I felt like crying. Then I came back again and I read through the conversation and I was like, if people can make such intellectual contributions to a platform, in a platform like this, I can do that too. And I started sharing my own knowledge. I started sharing the little I could, and little by little, I was inspired. I was more inspired to actually go and learn more. So, he has been doing a lot. He has been doing a lot. And one thing, he listens to the younger ones. He listens to the younger ones. I remember when I called him, I called him our daddy in this profession in a group in, I think it was NSP or MRTV group, and he told me to calm down. But really, really, he has given all of us shoulders to climb and see the future. He has given us wings to fly, and it is something I would always, always, always appreciate. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome Sir Muyiwa Adejugbagbe.
I am
Put your hands
clapping.
together.
I'm clapping. So, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, Coach Chijioke. I believe you can hear me, and I just want to say this is a very good thing. And when I was even being informed that I will be, I said, okay, well, why not? I may not be the best when it comes to, sorry, that's my son. So I may not be the best when it comes to, we've got some financial specialists, people that's what they do. They drink, and when it comes to finances, when it comes to, but we're just looking at, we're not just going to dwell on the theoretical aspect. We're going to dwell on the practical, the things that we can say it works, and not the one that you just have to rack your brain. You have to do a lot of, something that it has been tested over time that this actually, it works and all. So I want to say a very big congratulations again, Alif, before I start, to Chijioke and the rest of the team, because this is like a formal launching of the Physiopreneur Mentorship Forum. So I want to say this is congratulations to you guys, and it is high time we have to be very intentional, that we have to be wealthy. We need to have money as far as the physiotherapy profession is concerned. Let me tell you something. Yes, we do the global PTD of service. We try to go to schools, career talk. But the best career talk is when you are successful. People around you, they was killing shake and say, what does it do? And I was, oh, he's a physiotherapist. Oh, is that profession as lucrative as that? Is that, and that is how you can actually improve the societal perception of the profession. And instead of you going to secondary school and telling them about this and that. I know I've gone to one. I think there was even one, I think, for a particular university, and they asked me in the very first question they asked is, how much does an average physiotherapist earn? Yes, you do this, you do that. If you're a surgeon, but you are broke, then you're a bloody broke, shitty kind of surgeon, no matter how good you are. Even the Bible says, that's for the Christians amongst us, it says that the wisdom of a poor man is despised. So you not, and he said, even a man that cannot provide for his home is worse than an infidel. Can you just imagine? Even the Bible even frowns on someone that is not financially, buoyant. No, not, yeah, someone that is not financially intelligent. I think that's the best word to use. A poor man is, you are just there. And in the in the society that we have different strata. We say we have the lower class, like low income class earners, we have the middle class, and we have the upper class. But we understand that due to the economic crunch that we have nowadays, they've actually almost eradicated the middle class. You know, an hallmark of a society a prosperous society is how robust the middle class is. But unfortunate, what we have in Nigeria, this is quite very. But that is that by the way. Please, just a minute, please. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute, please. Just a minute. Sorry about that. I just had to close the door so there's little or to no disturbance. So it, it is pertinent that for we professionals, if you are doing a job or any profession and there's no the remuneration, that's financial remuneration does not commiserate with what you're doing, you'll be frustrated. And guess what? You will hate the job, you are not happy about it, and your patients will not even receive the best of care because you are frustrated. It is a job that you don't really get to have enough utility, you don't really get enough, what will I call it now? Uh, you don't get enough, let me say, in terms of pay, you will not just be happy as much. That is just the reality. So today is just to really is the theme is financial intelligence for physiotherapists with a special focus on exploring multiple streams of income. I'm telling you, whether you're even outside the country, whether you're in Nigeria, or whether you're in the process of actually traveling out of the country, you need multiple source of income. Yes, the job that you do as a full time is the active source, but you also have to also look into the fact that you need to also get the passive income earning. And I need you to understand what time means. Time. What is the time is money? No, time is even more than money. Time is your life. If God has given you that you're going to live up to 96 years of age, and you go to a job that you don't like, 9 o'clock to 6 p.m., that is your life that is slipping away, and that is your life that is just going. That means you are spending your life, because what is life in the old sense is the time that you've got and that I am alive. So you being alive, that currency that God Almighty has given to you, you go to a particular job, or you're doing someone's in an occupation, you are rendering a service, or you are selling a product, it can be anything. So just imagine that at the end of that 96 years, you look back, what have you really used your life to do? Have you really make an impact? Have you really, you know, achieve any of those goals that you have actually set to do? So the special focus is exploring multiple sources of income, but that financial intelligence has to be there for you to even accomplish that in the very first place. So I'm just going to look at it. We dedicate our careers basically to help people to achieve, the optimal, functional, and very independent lifestyle. Now, independent. That's one of the themes. That's one of the mantra of physiotherapists, that we want you to be functionally independent. Well, if you are functionally independent, yeah, that's what you preach to your patient. Are you also financially independent? Can you even provide for yourself without you calling your parents and say that? Of course, I understand if you're a student, yeah, you could be exempted from this. But imagine, after most Nigerians now, after even graduating, they still depend on their parents for the next how many months, and just to actually, because it's a bit of a struggle to get a job. And when when you start a job, they start you from the basic salary, and maybe they're starting with about 100,000 naira. They're starting with about, I know someone posted it on the NSP platform, and it says, 80,000 naira for a physiotherapist. And someone said, oh my God, that is ridiculous. People that even study zoology, that study botany, that are doing NYC in their place, they are being paid more than that. Not to talk of a professional. Not to talk of a professional, a physiotherapist that has gone to 5 years in school, and if you are going to do all these new schools that have been approved for DPT, you are spending 6 years in school. So what I'm saying it is money. Let me tell you what a nurse was telling me. She did. I think she went to school. She had them. Sorry, please, just a minute, please. I don't know. Just a minute. I'm sorry, please, just a minute.
So yes, I believe it's getting hotter. It's getting hotter. We're increasing in number. we're increasing in number. I hope that before we, before we are done with this, I strongly believe over 100 people must have this live conversation. And I want us to take this
Okay,
and
Chijioke, so I'm
okay,
back now.
yes, sir.
Okay, good. So
Okay,
sorry about
okay,
that.
okay.
Just need to just try to reduce. So this is very, very important. Okay, she was telling me that she's studying nursing, 3-year course for the normal HND nursing. And afterwards, if you want to get BSc, then you have to go again back to school, and of course, maybe because direct entry, so it starts from year 2, did another 4 years, making 7 years, did internship for another 1 year, and then you have to do NYC again. So she has spent about 10 years just to have nursing degree with a BSc. And she said what people now do now, this is after they got in their HND, that is the School of Nursing, they come straight to the United Kingdom. And guess what? In the United Kingdom, it is just only 1 year. They give them BSc just because you're that's to tell you, just look at the disparity in terms of the time. And we said time is an equivalent to the life that you live in. And look at, someone wasting 4 years, or let's say even 5 years, but someone else just goes to the school that is even far, far superior to any, no Nigerian universities in the first 1,000. Last time I checked, I don't know, maybe Covenant University has even broken to the first 1,000 now. But the first 1,000 universities in the world, like no Nigerian universities there, or let me say none of the federal government universities are there. And someone comes to a university that is ranked like about 14th or 15th all over the world, and within a year gets it. Sometimes we celebrate some mediocrity that the school I went to, and someone that went to Covenant University, we start mocking the person that you that went to Batoyo School. No, the fact that you suffered, the fact that you went on strike, does not make you a better product. Even as a matter of fact, it has even it has disrupted in your cognitive ecosystem. It has disrupted your belief system. You believe that things has to be hard, things has to be very much tedious before you consider it good. So if anything easy comes to you, you say that this is fake. So this is substandard. This is suboptimal. No, this is subpar. Because you've actually created an equivalence between hardship and something being excellent. But I want to tell you that is far from the truth. So this is what we're talking about, financial intelligence. Some of us will be like, you have to go and do a job. That's why you see policemen beating young guys that are working from home, because they don't just believe it. They don't believe it. You're just going to be in your own home and you can actually afford a rent of about 2 point something million. You can put on a generator all through the day. You are riding a very beautiful car. They just don't believe it. And that's because our reality has been warped. Our reality has been, it has been bastardized, that we equate hardship with something that is excellent. And it's an unfortunate thing that we believe that we have to wait for long before we actually get to achieve something that is great. And that is what is really affecting our innovation. That is what is even affecting our ability to invent things. That is why it affects our ability to dream. Let me tell you something. People traveling out of the country, let me tell you one of the advantages, because you get to actually see the endless possibilities of what could be achieved. Endless possibilities. So your horizons are broadened. You can think more. You can reason far beyond the limitation and the restriction that will be placed just because of our environment. Someone was given, I think it was Samadeyemi, the pastor Samadeyemi was given an analogy of a snake. That normally this snake can grow to like as long as possible, but they put it in a very small tank. And this for years, or let me say for months, this snake was just limited. It could not go beyond because it's going to die. So everybody actually, as they would say, Mr. Nanjadi, as the characteristics of living things. But this, it has not been reversed, revised and said that it's now Mr. Nanjalak, LLAC. L for limited size, the other L for, you're talking about an A for adaptability, C for competitiveness, and the other one limited size, and I think the other one was lifespan. LLS instead of the next Mr. Nagati, you have to adapt. If not, as a living organism, you're going to die. So think you have to adapt to the environment that you are. Many of us were actually adapting, to the economy, to what we, and it's not the best place to grow. Imagine having children in that same economy. So that's of course, people are actually making the difference that they don't want even the environment to impact their children. That even though the society is trying to say you will try to now make it deliberate for the same thing here, whereby they will say, oh, LGBT, all this kind of stuff, but you have to protect your own children. You want them to, you want to expose them to the ideology. So it goes both with the same thing too with financial constraint. It is something. So I just want us to work on our minds today. I think that's something we should actually look into. Your mind. Because as Chijioke said something, we see our lecturers, we see our clinicians, we see what they write, and we have been conditioned that okay, maybe the profession is just our reward is actually in heaven. Maybe when we get to paradise, maybe that's where we get to get our reward. But I want to tell you that what you can actually still make exploits. You can actually still do something extraordinary. Even with the fact that your environment is saying otherwise. But I want to provoke you. I want to just, we're talking about financial intelligence, but at the same fact, you also get to have that mental intelligence. If you're not mentally okay, no matter how financially prudent you might be, you will suffer. So I need you to work on your psychic, work on your belief system, work on your value system. Do you believe that things has to be hard? Because if you say that you are meant to be poor, or you were born into a generational poverty, and you think it will be very difficult for you to adopt or to apply any of all these financial intelligence tricks, it's going to be very, very difficult. Some people, they believe that they have to save. Some people like, it is too cooperative. They need to be doing cooperative. Or they do all this kind of ajo, thrift, that's what they believe in. Some people believe that they should get a colo and they should just be saving their money. So we believe that their own financial breakthrough is going to come through, divine, explosive intervention from divine beings. So what do you actually believe in? So there's some religious fanatics that do that. Poverty is a blessing, because a part of the scripture says, blessed are those that are poor in the spirit. So for theirs is this, and they actually interpret it literally that they actually have to be poor so that they can actually enjoy the beatitude of God. So if your belief system is actually already altered, I can tell you that there's little to nothing that you can actually get to do. Unfortunately, that is the reality. So I just want you to look in depth, and you need to get books, and so that you can change your orientation. Some people's ideology is that they have to do money ritual. Why do you think? So they have to actually dupe someone else before they can make it. Let me tell you something, Yoruba. They will say that that means if someone else's own does not spoil, yes, if that is your mentality, that's why you think that you want to reap a customer, you want to, and all these things. So that you need to work on your mindset. Very, very important. Very important. So I think I've got about, I think I was given 15 minutes, and then we go to questions. Let me just really give you a summary. It's like Chijioke said, we want to make this conversation so that you throw questions and we reason it together. I don't have everything. Me, myself, I'm looking for another source of income. As many of you know, I've got a photography page, and I'm also looking at, okay, what other skill can I also, because something happens so you can't even practice physiotherapy. What else again can you actually do? I get jealous of these students that are doing cakes, that are doing, designing, that are, and they are doing all this kind of contract writing, and they are doing some copyright. They are doing quite a lot. Some are even doing, website development, and they're doing exploits. I tell you, do not leave it. Do not say because of the physiotherapy profession, you now want to neglect it. No, not at all. It is allowed. Physiotherapy can actually be your side also. Physiotherapy, we are actually still pushing the frontiers of the profession. What you are doing, you can actually get to adopt it, and into physiotherapy and make it different. That's why we're not ever the same. The way, if we're a doctor, you will never, yes, we have guidelines, but it's just to guide you that you don't actually, deviate from the general principles or the basic principles. But you can innovate, you can invent things, and I just want, so that we can actually have this conversation. What can we actually get to do to make things better. Do you think you can save your way out of poverty? That's someone has been saving all through, save, save, save. But sometimes the more you are very much tight-fisted that you don't even let out, you don't invest. Someone that wants to save and is just so frugal, you will find it very difficult to invest. And of course, we know investment is not always 100%. Some will say it's close to, but nothing is actually 100% because something can actually happen and the money is all gone. Now, why do we need multiple sources of income? For one, you want to reduce the financial stress. I can tell you, because if the stress is too much before you know it, I know a lot of people that on Twitter, you must have seen a lot of young people and everything. So someone had cardiac arrest and they just died. You will see that they are doing GoFundMe for them. A lot of young people, because the burden is too much. The people are just, they stress. So you actually have it, no matter, you just earning like him say 500,000 naira, your house rent and everything, you pay for your parents, your moms, you are buying insulin for them, you are buying antihypertensive drugs rather. You got children who want us to go to crèche. Do you know how much crèche, is nowadays? A lot of the financial burden is but so that's why you having a multiple source of income, whereby one is actively and one is passive, can actually reduce the financial stress. It reduces anxiety, and it actually reduces your risk of being predisposed or vulnerable to developing all this kind of stroke and what have you. It brings about increased financial stability. Everyone wants to be stable. Things will happen in the economy, they will devalue money and everything, but you want to really have that stability. It also improves work-life balance. Let me give you an example. When I was in Nigeria, I've never thought, okay, I love taking pictures with my phones and everything. When I was doing NSP, I was using my phone. I always make sure I go for phones that, the camera quality and everything. But I never even thought about it, because from morning till night, I'm hustling, seeing one patient will call you that Ikorodu, you go to Badagry, you see me carry your card, because you want to just make ends meet. But when you go to a place where you're now more financially stable, you cannot diversify and follow your passion. But you that you never chop, you won't follow passions. For something like this, what the staple thing, or that takes the larger proportion of their life is their job, because they just want to settle the bills. Someone that wants to settle the bills and is even struggling to keep up with settling the bills, we don't think that, I can play golf. I cannot say that, I can even play football. I can play chess. I can play, No, you may think of those ones. And they will never be thinking that they have a calling to go into writing. As in Nigeria, well, as you even read a novel that is not academic or that is not actually with a profession, something else. We don't, because we say there's no time. Even to go for parties is a struggle. These are the things. So it improves work-life balance. Everything from children don't see their parents don't see their children because of this. That's why I say developing multiple stories, it improves that work-life balance. Very, very important. And again, it also, money attracts money. That is just the reality. Money attracts money. So when you have money, they say it is money used to looking for money. So if you think that, okay, I just want to be, I'm okay with this job and everything, it's going to be a struggle. You need money to look for money. I remember one time when I was during this time, exactly this time, December, I spent like about 200 to 300,000 naira buying something for my patients to say thank you very much for patronizing me this year. Even the ones that have discharged in April, I will still want to send them a little bit of token. Money attracts money. It's like you try to rekindle the memory that, okay, I've got a physiotherapist, or someone else even say, I have a very good physiotherapist. Even as they will always say, you that you pour water. I think there's a way, even is in the book of Proverbs, say, you see, when you give someone bribe, or not even bribe, gift actually has a way of softening people's hearts. Someone said, what is your love language? Or what is your love this thing? I'm telling you, gifts is everyone's. Because you give someone gift, the person that you think that was not giving a very thoughtful gift, it breaks the biggest of barriers. Now, Chijioke, you need this now, because I know you are looking for someone to be in a relationship. Gift, very thoughtful gift. I know you know that already. So the same thing, for you to even attract, giving, gifting It makes a whole lot of difference. We use money to look for money. But someone that does not even give is always take. And I can tell you. And I got, so far so good. I would say I'm raising like about 2 million naira. I can raise about 3 million naira. I'll just tell my friends, and my friends will give me, say, oh, Muyiwa, I'm going to give you, so imagine someone I say, we want to do the global PT of service. Someone gave me 400,000 naira or 500,000. Someone is giving me 300. Someone is giving me 100. That is because you've actually sown in time past. You've given. Because when it's time for their own project, you give. Chijioke, we've called Chijioke for many events, and he has obliged us. So when they just got this, oh, Chijioke is this one. There's no way. When you give, you'll be blessed in it. And that's something that we are not even taking into consideration. The principle of giving, it does not have to be money. It can be something as small. I remember there was someone was doing birthday. It was doing birthday, and I could not, because I was broke then. I was in university. They were still doing this big 1 liter Coke. Is it 1.5 liter Coke then? That big one. I just bought that one and I gave the person. I said, oh, I don't like going for people's party, going empty-handed. Guess what? This person was doing radio. It's a radiography. I just went to this person's house yesterday. They invited me to come and do a Christmas shoot for them. I guess how much I was paid. Imagine, because you've actually built in a very formidable relationship. That was when we were Lutz. That's about 13 years ago. But sometimes we don't really. Gifting makes a whole lot of difference. You can put your card in it. Make sure you package it. Go to Mushi where they do printing something. Let them help you to design some bags. Put just 1 or 2 things there. Maybe altogether you spend about 3,000 or 4,000 naira. Something very thoughtful. Put in, Jessic gel there. Something that is very much towards a treatment, and give it to them. It makes a whole lot of difference. It makes a whole lot of difference. Making more money. Private is your best bet. Government can be very much limiting. Government job, because if you go to NHS, they just type band 4 salary. You see that you know how much you can't, no matter how good you are, can also, you have to increase. No, it's only if you now apply for a higher band. So that one, the same thing with government. Like now, with the way I'm over almost 11 years practicing physiotherapy, if I want to go and do government job, they will put me in entry level. That is just the unfortunate thing. Just imagine they're going to put me in entry level. So someone like Elijah, that is actually my junior, but maybe he's already, let me say, he has entered before me. He will not be my oga. That is just the unfortunate thing. So, but private practice actually has its own, it has its own barnacles and its own packages that you actually have to. So, but if you want to really make money, you want to call the shot, you want to determine the price of the service, then private it is. I'm going to stop here so that Chijioke, because so that we can go to questions and talk. We need to work on ourselves. The person that will be buoyant enough and say, sir, I'm going to, for this treatment session or for anything, I'm going to give you, for the total package. I think we should stop talking as, in units. Say that, okay, per session. No, give them the total package. Give people packages. Build a very nice, robust, and let them have a whole experience. That, and again, just say, whenever I do my treatment, I always get a medical doctor. I get a neurologist, especially for someone that had stroke. If you want to see the stroke, my stroke neurologist, everything together, just get a total package of, let's say, okay, for this rehabilitation per month, we're going to do 650,000 naira. What does it involve? And that 650,000 naira, you're going to have, 14 sessions of physiotherapy. You're going to have all the necessary equipment here and there. You're going to have the doctor coming to see you 2 times. You're going to have maybe a nurse coming just to check your vitals every week. Give them a total package. So if you now say you want to now start streamlining, you're saying, no, this is actually, I will strongly advise, so I already have my own nurse, I already have my own doctor. It's okay, that's fine. Just okay, if we are to remove all of that, it's still going to be out of 650,000, it's going to be 400,000, but just give them a total whole experience. That is something. Sell your equipment and let them see the reasons. They're not lying, but you have to be a good communicator. And you must be able, and I got to see physiotherapy sometimes, they don't even believe in the treatment that they offer. So if you don't believe in the treatment that you offer, how will you be able to convince someone? I'm telling you, you will see surgeons, the way they will tell you, I've had patients that even died, But if this man saw John, well, if he talks to you, you say, don't worry, you're going to, I'm not encouraging you to promise, but you should be able to tell them and dwell more on the positives and tell and sell your market. Of course, be realistic, don't promise them too much, but there's a way you actually get to, you market yourself and you market even what you are doing. So I need you to do those exercises because they're very, very germane and very crucial to your functional recovery. Even quote one or two papers and let them know, this is actually this is and this is very, very important. Imagine someone has never even seen anyone that is stroke, but you want to just go and treat. You're just doing. You don't even have a goal, and that now brings to the fact that skills makes a whole lot of difference. Skills makes a lot of difference. That even with the physiotherapy that you are doing alone, number one, because if you say you want to be a primary physiotherapist too, you must maximize the money you are making before you now start. Because the same attitude that you put in physiotherapy, if you now start getting other sources of income, that same like a bicycle, that same, I don't care, that same kind of non-buoyant attitude is what you're going to translate, even to other businesses that you're going to do. If you have enough money, but it's very capital, is quite capital intensive. Look at what Chijioke is doing. I just subscribed now to his channel, and I want to encourage everybody to also subscribe to it. Now he has about 1,800 subscribers. Over time, if you get to have like about maybe 5,000, 10,000, and he start eating some distance, next thing, before you know it, YouTube is paying him. Sometimes you have to be very strategic. TikTok now, people sell things on TikTok. He even was one of my colleagues was selling something. If you have any product, you can actually sell. There's TikTok marketplace. I saw TikTok marketplace UK. I say, people are selling a lot. If you are selling anything, even if you are selling an artwork, like Inyolua, Elijah that is doing photography, take a picture of something and just put it there. You say, do a portrait for people. Let them use to decorate. People are doing a lot. I know there was a time NFT was a thing that people were making a lot of money, and they were saying they would just do something and they were making money. Look at this young chap. He was my junior. He studied medicine and surgery that got the Guinness Book of Records of the biggest artwork. He went to visit Teslim Balogo, TBS, and he did a lot of, and from school he has been doing that. That is, do you know what? It's not even about what the money. I don't think what Guinness World Record gives any money, but do you know the fame, the buoyancy, the confidence, the popularity that gives you, that anything he got that, and I just want to provoke someone. Look at when I was reading the story about Aproko Doctor. Aproko Doctor is like, I think we graduated at the same time, but look at his social media, because he himself does not even know what he wants. But how many of those consultants in Nigeria want to stand in with Aproko Doctor? Because at least like the sister-in-law was a physiotherapist. I know her. She's in the US now. And people, there's diverse things that you can do. Diverse things that you can do. There are other ways you can make a lot of money. I see what Chijioke is doing. I see what Aminat Bolade, I see what they're doing. You are setting yourself up to on a greater pedestal. There was a day we invited this man, and he was talking about, he just mentioned that this man's salary, I think those of us that are on NSP, I forgot his name, Dr. Felix. His name is Dr. Felix. His name is not part as a physiotherapist. He just went to do his MPH, public health, and now he's the president of one of the others international, corporations and everything. His salary alone, for just basic salary minus all the bonuses and all this, just we don't even talk. Is about maybe 4 million. Professors are earning 600,000 naira. We have to be. Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, it's all about the money. I was saying something. If photography start gives me or any other passion I get myself, if I start making, I'm making like about 10,000 pounds. I will leave your physio for you. I will even leave new rehab for you. I will just tell you who wants new rehab. I will pay you to take the new rehab. But the thing that's no rehab, if you notice, no rehab that is going beyond physio alone. It's about life now. It's a community, it's a culture about life. Because forget that if physiotherapy, yes, does, because at the end of the day, it's all about your life. You have to be able to provide for your family. If you can't provide for your family, then you are messed up. You are messed up. You should be able to provide for your family. You should be able to afford some basic things. It's I can see you, Christy or Derry. It is money. I said, don't leave near here. It's about money. You have to, and I think, you see the Igbos, is they think money. And that is something that we also have to like. How can I make money? Just dwell on it. I can tell you, inspiration. God is not an unjust God. God will drop an idea into your mind, and if it's an idea, don't just go and tell anybody. If you tell anybody, someone will just steal your idea and they will just otilo, See, Dr. Unamdi, is doing was EMR. If you want to, if you just, it will just like be paying, and people now are into service rendering. Look at Canva, is it Canva? Yeah, the one for design. They will say you pay one. If nobody sells anything like this once for you, everybody gets that you subscribe. That service subscription, that's what really look at. I didn't even know that. When I started saving things that Google Photos, the memory, Google Cloud, and everything, 100 gig, they are taking about 25 pounds from me. Every year, that means constantly that money will come. Now, Netflix, look at Netflix too. The same thing with Netflix. 1,900 for single, but I think they've just increased that to 7,200 for multiple this thing. That is it. They can never be poor. So every month, something leaves their account, to them. So start thinking about a service. Not just another physiotherapists. Do you know fitness trainers will be richer than us? It's just because we are limiting ourselves. You will say fitness trainers, so I do something for cardio. They will say for belly, this thing. If you want your gluteus to be humongous, if you want to develop your abductors, they break their service, but physiotherapists will just lump everything together. Boom, physio everything. The father of the house back pain, mother has arthritis of the knee, the child has CP. You will treat everybody for 5,000 naira. You will treat everybody for 10,000 naira. Why don't we just start delineate and let people know, okay, this is the service that we render? And that is when skills, skill acquisition, improving your skill, your dexterity, makes a whole lot of difference. Because when you have a lot of things to offer, they will keep coming for you. Just imagine saying, oh, I have an anti-aging exercise class, and you should do your research on it, on anti-aging. Go into nutrition, go into exercises to do, go into some other products, Physiotherapists too, we also have integumentary physiotherapists. Imagine you go and if you're a makeup artist and you're a physiotherapist, why don't you look into integumentary physiotherapy and look at products that will actually reduce the wrinkles? We have facial yoga exercises. There was I was seeing it on Snapchat where they were doing yoga for the face so that your face will be younger. People are doing exploits, and here we are physiotherapists because we did chemistry, because we did anatomy, because we did a 6 unit and new anatomy, and we did cadaver. Oh, does that help? You did 6 years. That's why there's a kind of it's no longer parallel anymore. That's why we have to be intelligent. You come to the UK, 3 years, you grade as a physiotherapist, but you are wasting. Yes, it's expensive, but you are in Nigeria, wasted 3 years of your life. And guess what? The other person, like someone said that someone that's even a deputy director of physiotherapy came here, and someone that just finished about 3 years ago was the line manager of someone that's been practicing physiotherapy for 20-something years. So is that an intelligent, investment to make into oneself? So this is just to really provoke us, really. Let's change our mindset about poverty, that things has to be had before you make it. I'm telling you, if you have that mentality, you can't be helped. If you have multiple sources of income, you will still be poor because everything will just keep failing. You need to change the rotation that you are designed for health, for wealth. And I'm a Christian. Let me tell you something. God does not give money. But the Bible says that God gives you the ability to make money, gives you the power, the enablement to make money. And that is it. Your hands, your brain, the words of your mouth, you can actually make the money. So you actually have to sharpen and gather that skills. 1 hour webinar will not be enough. You have to look inside of you that, okay, this is what I need, and look for the easy way. You know, sometimes any event that is too hard, that means that something is definitely wrong. If you are doing any job that you're not happy, you are not, no, you need to change it. Like sometimes I'll just be taking picture and I will be so much lost. I will have taken about 400 pictures. You know, the problem now is now with the editing, because people now they're not into photorealism again. Oh, my stomach is big, make it smaller. They've really, but it is what it is. That is what the market demands, and you actually have to give it to them. So invest in yourself. Instead of you giving unit packages and all, create an experience for your clients. You know, imagine someone, you're a baker and you're a physiotherapist, you bake something. Oh, instead of all these junks you are eating, I can actually bake. I have a baking company. They can actually bake you the one that's low calorie and low calorific intake. All these snacks. If you're obese, you work on someone that, okay, you like to eat all these things, but I can actually, get you products that actually, a lot of things that we can do. Physical fitness trainers are taking the jobs, and that's because they are wise about it. But we think we have an advantage, and that is why we are being poor. I'm telling you, that's why we are being poor. The same thing applies even to doctors, because you get that, they call you doctor. No, it does not matter. Oh, professor, but you are poor. In the family meeting, they call you, they will say, let's contribute money. Oh, family, what you do contribute, you will not be hiding your face. No, you just get out. You need to have money. They say, I want to have mouth in my mate. For you to have a new oral, you have to, invest in yourself. So let me there's a lot of things to say, really. So it's just more of kind of provocation. Read books about all of this thing. If you want to save money, and also I think there was one I saw, a question, that if you need to leave all these stupid banks that they start removing all your money all the time, and you want to invest in all this first generation bank, I can tell you. Let me give an example of financial intelligence, and I think I'll just wrap up there so that Chijioke can just come in. There was a time I was saving my money, and my patient, that this man is a big man, like he said, Muyiwa, take all your naira and go and buy dollar. I will not advise you anyway, but it's an unpatriotic thing to do, taking your money. But that was like the money in my account then, if we were to convert it to pounds, it would be like about £8,000. That's a lot of money. That was when naira was still, even though it was dropping there, but Oceanin still skip on, and guess what? Just within a space of 4 months, £8,000 equivalent in naira. It was still the same naira that was in the account, it was even more. But because of exchange rate and everything, and the whole, the money dropped to £4,000. Mama Kigbe. Money Sumio. Let me just, like, actually, I shouted, because, like, what is the money? And I cried in a way, because I wept inside of me, like the money I had then. So that means the purchasing power, So yeah, that is profound. Imagine, that is colossal loss. Like, sometimes your environment can be very much limited. Imagine then, I bought my car then before my wedding, 2021. Yeah, how much? 3 million? Nice SUV, Lexus. You dare not. You dare not buy. Where you want to see car now? You say, want to go and buy car. Where do you want to see? You're talking even to buy Tokumbo. Even Nigerian used car. Nigeria, someone has used it. So it's really, really sad. It's really, really sad, really. It's really, really sad. I'll just leave it there, and then I know when questions arises, we can actually talk some more. So thank you very much for the opportunity. So please subscribe to this guy, to Chijioke's page. That's the least. We don't pay him enough. We don't do him anything. So this is what we can do, and this is something that, let's invite people. And again, if you can get Dr. Felix, Chijioke, let's get Mr. Felix. I have his contact. He even created his own group too, so that we can actually invite him to speak. He's a financial person. He talks about money, all those budgets and everything. We can invite him, and we can also invite Dr. Peter Shola's husband. He's a top in all this banking. This is a CEO. We can also invite him also to come. He said he's more than happy. We can also maybe give him 2-3 months notice so that he can come. Me, I will always talk from the physiotherapy point of view, but these are the people that is their field. Not how much, someone that's what they do. They eat every day. So that is just that from my own end. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. I mean, this has been amazing. this has been really, really amazing. I mean, I enjoyed this session thoroughly, thoroughly, thoroughly. I enjoyed it. And okay, so this is thank you, Doreen. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Iniolua. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this. And so if you're here and you're not in neuro rehab, don't worry. Just come to my DM. Just come to my DM on WhatsApp, and I'll send you the link to join. If you are not in neuro rehab already, because I feel it's important for me to actually help us understand that a lot of these things that I do today were bettered in neuro rehab. I did not actually intend at a point of my life. I wanted to drop everything physiotherapy. In fact, funny story that I've not told. I mean, I've not told people. I've not mentioned this publicly, like publicly. Is that by my final year in school, I wanted to drop out. After we went for that COVID break, and I did something that gave me money. At that point of my life, I just sat down and I calculated this money I just made. I mean, if I can consolidate on this thing, if I can do this thing more, I can actually make way more money than my peers are going to be able to make in the next few years. Considering that, oh, you're going to be locked up in a job, you're going to be paid a specific amount of money over time. I just felt it wasn't worth it. Why was I even going to school in the first place? Like I had that crisis in my final year. Considering the fact also that I wasn't seeing people who were inspiring me. I wasn't seeing wealth. I wasn't really seeing wealthy physiotherapists anywhere. So when I joined physio, sorry, when I joined neuro rehab and I started seeing people making intelligent contributions, people doing well, receiving awards and stuff like that, yeah, that was home. Finally, okay, finally, there's inspiration. Physios figure money, like this thing can make sense. Somebody will come and say he's charging. I remember the first time I listened to Dr. Muyiwa say something like consultation fee then that he was charging 20,000 or something. I remember that figure 20,000 for consultation fee. I say, okay, so this is actually achievable. I mean, for people to be experiencing something like this and they are willing to share their wins, they are willing to share how they've done it to the younger ones. I picked that. I picked inspiration. I increased my own consultation fee from from I think from 10,000 to 15,000 and quickly to 20,000, and it kept on going on like that. I had that confidence to actually see how they are doing it and then take the steps. So I want us to understand this, right? In fact, if this session ends here, the goal has been achieved. I am happy. Like I am very, very, very happy. I am satisfied, because we don't get this physiopreneur mentorship platform came out of a burden. We have a very weak mentoring system in this country, which not country, let's concern me and mentoring system. We have a very weak mentoring system in this profession. Hardly will you find those who have gone ahead coming back to extend that hand of mentorship to the younger ones. Now, it got to a point for a particular sect and group, and all these they create. That's how they created one mentoring this thing. I attended one. I paid to join. After the payment, I joined the group. Nothing was happening inside there. That was how bad it was. It has been. So I waited and waited and waited for the right opportunity, and I just said to myself, well, you've waited for this thing for too long. Why not just create it? A platform where people who have gone ahead can actually come and share their knowledge with us. And this time around, it's not just physiotherapy, it's not passive mobilization or manual lumbar mobilization or whatever. We're coming to learn life. We're coming to learn how to make wealth. Okay, we are coming to learn how to actually become wealthy physiotherapists. That's my goal. If I'm able to at least provide that avenue for others to get better, I would be so satisfied. Thank you very much once again, Dr. Muyiwa. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate. So I'm going to quickly share, you know, and while I'm sharing this, I want you to be, you know, putting out questions. Put out questions that you have for Dr. Muyiwa. Put out questions that you may have for me in the comment section. So once we are done, any question you put out, you can write who it is for. Okay, once we are done, we'll answer, all the questions that you have. So I'm going to briefly, in a few, the brevity of time that I have, I will share something with us. Okay. And anything that hits you, just put it down in the comments. Anything that hits you, write it down. So I'm going to start with something that I know I've taught before on neuro rehab. Um, One of the neuro rehab village meetings that we had, I taught this before. So I'm going to just run through it before I go ahead. But before then, let me help us understand something. Wealth is actually more of the mind. Wealth is more of the mind than it is your pocket. You have to first of all believe that it is possible for you to create wealth as a physiotherapist beyond your job description. It is possible for you to make a lot of money beyond your salary. It is very, very possible, because some people some people are doing it. Yes, now is a village meeting that or I mean town hall meeting, whichever one. Whichever one, the meeting is good. So it is possible for you to do this. Now, a lot of you have that limiting belief. That is one of the very first things I love to break. Now, some people will come to me and they are like, okay, how do you do all these things you are doing? You are speaking here, you are speaking here, you're organizing paid mentoring programs, paid classes, paid workshops, you're writing books and doing this. How do you do this? It's not my thing. Business is not my thing. You know, that's one of the very things that hurts a lot of us. It is not my thing. Business is not my thing. So what's your thing? To live your whole life in an office space, working like a peasant, working like an elephant and eating like a peasant? You know, is that what is your thing? Sometimes we have to calm down and stop lying to ourselves. We just have to admit it. You know, except you are satisfied being poor. Me, I'm not. Okay. So, oh, this business is not my thing. Selling is not my thing. Being online, showing my face online is not my thing. This one is not, everything is not your thing, but you don't have money. That's painful. There's something I saw in the Bible. I think a story about a city, a great man in a city that saved the city with his wisdom. And he said, my son, I know wisdom is better than strength, but the wisdom of a poor man is despised and his voice is not heard. The wisdom of a poor, you can be very wise, just like Dr. Muyiwa said, you can be very wise, emanating with wisdom, theories, formulas, and techniques, and manipulation of everything inside your head. But then when you speak out there, nobody's going to respect you, because there's a system of value that they are not seeing in your life. And poverty, remember I said, it's not just about what you have in your pocket. It is first a thing of the mind. If you believe you are wealthy first, you will start understanding all the things that you already have beyond your job description or beyond your professional boundary. If all your life is summarized around one thing, physiotherapy, you're in trouble. Because the day they will take it, the day something will happen and that license is gone, OT love for you, your life will just do zoom to ground zero. So you have to do the big picture thinking. You have to think. I love to tell people this: do not think out of the box. Don't attempt to think out of the box. Yes, break the box and think freely. Break that box into pieces, whatever box it is you've been introduced to. Oh, if I'm a physiotherapist, I can finish and I'll get a good job. Maybe I'll get a good job, and then no, I don't even believe good jobs exist. Everything in this life is trade-off. You have to trade off something. You definitely trade off something. It's not your health you are trading. You are trading your family time. You are trading your love life. You are trading. You will trade off something. You will trade off something. So one of the reasons money is important is because you need money to buy systems. You need money to buy time. You need money to buy convenience or comfort. You need money to buy options. You need money to buy freedom. People will say money doesn't buy happiness. Check it. Check that statement. Money cannot buy happiness. A lot of times, there are two categories of people that say that. Number one is rich people that will say it so that you will feel that they are suffering and you will not come for what they have. You won't come and disturb. Rich people will tell poor people, money cannot buy happiness, so that it will be like, oh, you are suffering, I'm suffering. We are in a suffering competition. You are poor and happy. So don't beg me money, because at least you have something that you can brag about, right? And then there's another category of people who enjoy that statement. Poor people. Poor people. Money is the root of all evil. That's a lie. It's the love of money that is the root of all evil. And the word there, love, in context, means another thing that I will not go into. But now let's go to the crux of the matter. If you want to be wealthy as a physiotherapist, two things I know for sure. The root of it is entrepreneurship, right? But that entrepreneurship, let's let's rethink it again. Intra and entrepreneurship. Intrapreneurship meaning what you can do within your job that can increase the value that you have in an organization. It means that you can be in a clinic and you are earning a consultant salary. It may not be coming in as your salary. Whatever hospital, clinic, whatever, it may not be coming in as your salary, but then you'll be earning way more in a month than a consultant is earning. Let me tell you how. This is simply about you increasing your value systems, increasing your content as a person, your value to an organization, what you can offer that can directly affect their own, their own value, the intrinsic value of that organization, and then the reward that they are getting. So you can indirectly increase your own reward. Let me give you a practical example. So let's say you sell consumables, right? You can be making supplies to the same hospital you are working for. Let's say you offer training, you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're a life coach, you're a therapist or whatever, you are into counseling. Do you know that if in a hospital, one of the gaps I noticed when I started my internship in National Hospital, when I started my internship, the first few weeks we were taking round, the first day we were taking round. While they were taking us round, people were just busy, oh, this is nice, this is nice. I was looking at every problem I could identify at that time. Every single problem I could identify, I wrote it in my Google documents. If I go there, I'll see it. And why did I write it down? Even though I didn't later do it, or I wrote it. I wrote it so I could go and see the CMD later and have a conversation with him. This is the mind I want you to carry. One of the things I noticed as we were going, we saw, okay, people who were coming out, they were crying. News has been broken to them that their loved one passed in the ICU or something, and then they are crying. One is shouting, is frustrated, and I'm like, we don't have a good information breaking system. I mean, bad news breaking system in the hospital. We don't even have counselors and therapists who can work with these people through that grief. This is something I can go and learn. This is something I can go for an advanced training and offer within that same system, right? So despite being a physiotherapist, I could be consulted or invited for something like this. Now, as a trainer or as a coach, you can bring in that skill into the same place you are working, and they will pay you for it. Do you know that there's some organizations that they already have slots, they get contracted to go and train other organizations? So they are looking for trainers here and there and there. And in that department of training, capacity development and training departments, they need people that they can't find people. But when you come into such organization and you find a way to network and understand how the system works, and then let them know what you do, a time can come that they will call you for such trainings. And imagine that you are going to train somewhere in Sokoto or Zamfara or Kano or Enugu, and then the training allowance is more than your 6 months salary. These things are possible. These things are being done. People are doing it. People are doing it. I was attending to a patient one time, but I was engaging. We were just having conversations. He turned and looked at me and I was like, okay, what do you do? I told him I'm a life coach. I'm also into life coaching and public speaking and this and that. And he was like, okay, that we have training programs that we get invited, they get to outsource and all that. I would like you to join our department, the training and capacity development department. He was like, do you have your materials ready? Do you teach on emotional intelligence? I said, yes, sir. I have it ready. At that point, I didn't really have any material ready. It was just, I've taught emotional intelligence many times. So it was just in my book, like this book here. Plenty things are here. It was just there. I said, yes, I have the material. Immediately I was leaving there, I reached out to one of my mentees who does my designs. Said, do this slide, prepare this slide on emotional intelligence. This is the content. He did it. And I said, let me do it and wait. Let me do it and prepare. Whenever they call me, I'm ready. And you don't know how much that can bring to you. So that's intrapreneurship. Think beyond what every other person is doing. Most physios are very lazy. Sorry to say this. I'm not even sorry, but that's the truth. A lot of physios are lazy. They are not looking beyond that job description. That's in the road job description. You even 2 o'clock self, they don't drag bag, follow one side, one corner, mere. What value are you bringing into an organization that would make them consider you worthy of increasing your own reward? For me, if I'm going for a job interview now at this stage of my life, I'm not going to the interview to be interviewed. After the interview, I am also offering my own interview right there on the spot. I can tell you this because it is my own practical experience. I make the choice. If I have questions, I will ask, and that confidence will always make them think there's something special about you, this boy. You are proud, because I can't settle for less. I know who I am. I know what I bring into your organization, and I will tell you. That's the way I want us to be thinking as physios. How do you improve that system that you are getting into? And then how can they see that value? And it will influence your own reward. That reward could be different things. It could be mentorship, it could be recognition, it could be recommendation letter, it could be anything. But all those things, if you put them pound for pound, it's worth it more than just staying. Nobody knows you where you work. Nobody can say anything about you. Nobody can recommend you. You are just doing PP, STM, PM, yeah, abi PM, STM. You don't finish. That cannot be. There's a lot more that we can offer. Imagine that as a designer in your hospital, you decide to be creating infographics, diabetes prevention and management, this, that. You do it, you put your number small somewhere, and then you reach out to the admin department and all that, and then you tell them, no, this is what I designed. Our hospital, owned by this hospital, they can put it. If you go to Limi Hospital, you see things like that. What is it called? Infographics. And then you put it here, put it in CMD's office, put it, and then they know that you do this. That kind of organization, the day you will get tired and fed up and say to yourself, I am not doing again, I want to go. I don't want to work here again. I think I found a better offer, or I don't want to work at all. The day you will make that kind of decision and they see your resignation letter, they will call you back and they will ask you to negotiate. It means that in that kind of situation, they can even decide that because of this, we are going to increase your salary, or so that it will not cause problem in your department. So that somebody will not say, oh, I came earlier than this person, I'm in this rank. They will decide to create an alternative reward system for you just because of the level of value you are offering. If you are thinking in problems and solutions, you realize that you are thinking like 1% of the people in the world. The remaining 99% love to be consumers. Oh, what can we get from this system? What can we get from here? What can we get from this? But if you decide to start offering more of value to the system you are finding yourself, your own rewards will increase. Now, the next thing is entrepreneurship. Think like an entrepreneur. Think about problems that you can solve that can bring you money beyond physiotherapy this time. What can you create and what can you sell? That means you must be learning some things. There are some skills that you must be investing in right now. Skills like sales, persuasion, like negotiation. These are some of the things that I sat down throughout 2020, the whole of 2020, and then to middle of 2021. I was learning basically three domains. One is sales and everything in between, including copywriting, sales closing, because having conversation with people that will lead to a closed deal is not ordinary. You have to learn how to do it. You need to learn what to do on the negotiation table. When Dr. Muyiwa was talking about introducing a package instead of just a product, that's what we call offer strategy. So you don't introduce just one thing, you create an offer, something that they will look at and they are like, no, this is irresistible. Why? They cannot get it anywhere else in the world. Somebody can get a product somewhere else. They can't get an offer exactly the way it is from any other place in the world. Okay? So you need to learn how to negotiate. You need to learn how to sell. You need to learn how to persuade people to take action, right? I was learning sales. I was learning copywriting, of course, salesmanship in print, how to write persuasive sales copy that will make people interested in what you are selling. So if you want to maybe push a movement or create something or create content that will make people buy from you, there's a way to do it. Now, I was learning teaching and everything in between. Teaching, coaching, life coaching. I was doing all the programs I could lay my hands on, training, corporate training and everything, systems of training models, teaching methodology, pedagogy and all that. I was taking classes on education psychology. I was bombarding myself because I knew where I was going. Now, the other thing I said I was learning, public speaking, how to speak persuasively, how to speak at events, I was learning all those things. Why? I was systematizing, or I was preparing for that future beyond the four walls, beyond the description I had given myself, physiotherapist. Okay, so that is one of the things that you need to do for yourself. Look beyond that description. What else do you have? What else is within you? What else is burning inside of you that wants to manifest? What is that thing? What are those things? Photography, graphic design, whatever it is, that's leverage that you have in your hands. You know how to talk, you know how to speak, you know how to write. That's leverage. Okay, yes, even for PP, there's a need for PTs to learn negotiation and networking. Absolutely, absolutely. Now I can tell us one thing: why people are busy fighting doctors. This is one thing a lot of people don't understand. Me, doctors have been very helpful to me. Medical doctors, best friends, best of friends. They share opportunities. They give me patience. Because the way I treat them is different. I understood this networking I had the foresight from my days in school, from my second year 2 in school. I looked into the future and I told myself, we are creating battles now that we don't even know the origin. We don't know the origin. It's a big lie. Most of the clinical depression cases, that root cause is actually lack of. Okay, this was still far behind. Now, we don't know the origin of the strife. We don't know the history, really. We don't know how it has been. Now, we go and pick a fight that is not for us and we start fighting. I told myself, those that want to fight medical students can fight. Medical students that want to fight physios and fight anybody, they can fight. But for me, no, our approach is differently, because in the next 10, 20 years, some of these people are going to be senior regis. They're going to be consultants. They're going to be in different parts of the world, right? And I want it to be that when they think of the word physiotherapist, let my name come to their heads. So I started building friendship from that time. One of the doctors just left my house in Abuja, my very good friend. He just left my house not long ago. I have my friend who is a med lab scientist that came to stay with me for a while. Now, those relationships are very pivotal. These people are going to hang around most of the patients that you expect to get in future. So they're going to call you. I have patients who call me, say, oh, a doctor sent me your number. And what they said about you are doing really well. Me, I don't know what to date. I don't know what they said about me. Then you will now be arguing with the patient. I'm trying to let this person understand my calendar is full. I can't take any more clients. They are begging me. I'm like, okay, can I recommend somebody else? I still have some of my chats. If I screenshot it, you'll just be laughing. Can I recommend somebody else? Then capital no. No. What should I do, for God's sake? Can I recommend? They're saying no because of the relationships that I have built. I understood that long ago. Long ago. So now, few things I'm going to recommend for us here is, one, learn. Okay, learn the curricular and extracurricular. Become good at your craft. As a physiotherapist, become extra good, become extra competent in what you are doing. Let people come and have an experience of you, and then they can go and tell their friends and family. They can go and preach the gospel everywhere. Let people have that experience and go and tell every other person about you. As an intern physiotherapist, as a core member, let it be that after working, they will fall sick if they lose you. I'm telling you, everything I'm saying here, I'm telling you from what I know, from personal experience. Let it be that as you are doing that youth service, anybody that is meeting you will be like, Kai, I hope you are not leaving. I hope you are not traveling. I hope you are not doing this. I hope you will not get another place. Please, this place, just stay here. Just stay here. Just stay here. That's what you'll be hearing because of your competence in what you know how to do. And then beyond that description. So what have you learned in school? Are you competent at it? I've also realized sometimes the fights that we fight, sometimes I feel like we are shifting to one side, because a lot of physios do not really know so much beyond PP and ST and PM and STM. I'm being sincere. That's one of the things I say. I don't like mentioning it. I don't like talking about it because it will sound like I'm being cocky or I'm talking down on physiotherapists. But this is in-house. We can talk about I see, I looked at myself at some point and I saw how incompetent I was, how empty I was, how nothing dey here. I told myself, there's no point deceiving myself. There's no point, people are calling you names here and there, best clinical graduation student, and so what? You will see patients, you don't know what to do with patients. You are looking at patients reading, you are looking at patients monitor, nothing there. So I knew I had to go extra length into upgrading myself. And that's where a lot of people are lacking. I look at physios, they are practicing a whole year, 2 years, they're not doing any continuous professional development. I'm not even talking about MRTB or NSP. Intentional learning is not the one you put YouTube and leave it. It's when it finishes, you get your certificate. Intentional, aggressive, personal learning to cover up the gaps that school did not cover for you. Okay, so that's one. Extracurricular, curricular, then open funnels. I talked about the open funnels. This is also one of the ways you can create multiple systems of value. Do you know that some of these programs that they do, cardio care, living hospital and all that, they invite people to come and present. They invite medical doctors, nurses and all that. You can be that physio that if they want to invite physio to come and teach, maybe they're looking for people to train people on basic life support or maybe advanced cardiovascular life support or something like that. Can you be the physio they will call? Okay, we want to know the role of physiotherapy in. That's one of the reasons I've been intentionally penetrating such circles. I was at cardio care training 2 days ago and 3 days ago. 2 days training. One of the reasons I go for that event almost every year, I missed last year's one because I think I was in camp then. One of the reasons I go for that particular training every year, I meet a lot of doctors. And if you go and maybe when the replay comes out, I'll probably just put out that part. Almost every presenter, my hands will go up. Say, okay, give him mic. I'll collect mic. Thank you very much. My name is Chijioke Otikpa and I am a physiotherapist. They used it to start mocking me. When I came out after the event, people will meet me, doctors, consultants, they will meet me and they're like, oh, the physiotherapist. I am a physiotherapist. And it was intentional. Let them be seeing me there. Let them know that I'm interested in these things. A time is going to come when they will think, okay, we need somebody to actually, let's see if we can bring physiotherapy together, physiotherapists and, role of physiotherapy in management of so and so. We can bring this guy up. Those are the open funnels, things like training, things like first aid, things like research. Because when it comes to first aid, you see, first aid, if there's a casualty here and there's an orthopedic consultant or even a cardiovascular consultant, right, in that scene, and an emergency happens, and I have more experience in first aid to manage what is it called, that casualty, or I have a more recent updated training and license to manage that casualty, I can send the consultant on errand. That's why it's an open funnel. You can emerge and dominate. Research is an open funnel. Public health is an open funnel, or public health education, something like what a doctor is doing. Open funnel. So what can you really put your hands on and dominate? Now, start getting visible. That's another thing. Get visible. I won't dwell on this so much, but let's get visible. Traditional bone setters are getting visible. What's his name? This guy from Lagos. What's this guy's name? Heaven Clinic. I'll be waiting. They are getting visible. The other people are getting visible. Why are we not visible? Why? I hate it that I'll tell somebody I'm a physiotherapist and they keep asking me what's that? What? Even up to 2 days ago, physiotherapist, you meet somebody what do you even do? What do you even do? A medical doctor will ask you, what do you even do? And then when I say these things, people will start fighting me and start fighting the medical doctor. Sometimes we are our problem. We are underselling. You have a product you can't sell, you expect people to know the product just because it is a product. It doesn't make sense. Nobody bloody cares whether you're a physiotherapist or not. Nobody cares. What they care about is the value that you can bring them. The Heaven Clinic guy, and almost everybody you see, and you tell them, oh, this guy, Heaven Clinic, they know. Everybody, even a doctor was asking me about the guy recently. We started arguing whether his treatment, this thing was correct. And I'm like, yeah, this guy is actually doing good PR. We need to start getting visible. Now, the next thing is networking. I've talked about networking a bit. I've talked about networking and then experiences, gathering experiences through volunteering and also documenting your experiences, your social impact work and all that. Now, the next thing I'm going to share is, I'm just going to give an overview, right, of different things that you can monetize. Different things that you can monetize. See, money does not exist outside the bounds of service, skill, knowledge. Money doesn't exist outside this. That's why sometimes I quarrel with some very spiritual people, pastors that will come and receive your money by the end of this year. This year is your year. By the end of this year, you will receive something huge will enter your account. Something that does not belong to you will enter your account. You a thief. Something that does not belong to you enters your account. Go and return it. You didn't learn how to do anything. You don't have any skill. You're not creating any value, and all of a sudden you just want to go and pick money. What's the difference between you and Yahoo boys? No. So you must have skills that you can develop. Skills. Dr. Muyiwa is doing photography. After that shot I saw, it inspired me. Me, I carried phone on Sunday. One guy that was doing also interested in smartphone photography in the church. I told him, okay, I took pictures of him. He came to me and he was like, okay, you can do it like this, do it like this. He took a picture, brought it behind a tree. I'll still send that picture. Brought it behind a tree, took the shot. I was like, wow, this is nice. I learned that one. I did it. I even did it better than him. I was like, yeah, this is making sense now. It's making sense. Whatever the case may be, whatever it is, what do you have in your hand? What skill that can you develop and render? Now, service. What services can you render? See, hey, problems are plenty. Problems are plenty. If you're able to just pick any of these, fit it into one problem or the other, you make a lot of money. Sometimes all you need is even time to think and plan. Problems are plenty to solve. Okay. Now, what services can you render? Now, what knowledge do you have? What knowledge do you have? Even this knowledge of health. Some of you will be like, oh, this thing is not for me. This is not for me. Do you know if you start sharing knowledge about how to be fit, fitness parameters, what's it called? BMI, nah, body anthropometry, hip to waist ratio, waist to hip ratio, and the abdominal circumference, and all those things, some markers, fitness, 6-minute walk test, and stuff like that. If you start pushing some of those things out, your voice will be heard. People are ready to listen to anything on white coat. If you carry white coat and stethoscope, put it on a goat, and the goat will do meh. People will listen to that goat and take instruction. We don't even understand the power of what we have. The fact that you've gone to school to study for how many years, come out, there's no way you will not know anything that you can share. Okay, so now, what can you teach people? What can you share with people? How can you help people either save time or save money or make more money? Okay, or develop themselves, or protect their health, right? What can you exploit in that dimension? Now, what can you monetize? You should be thinking of what you can monetize. What can I create and what can I sell? What can I create? What can I sell? Okay, now you can also, these things now are things that you can monetize: your skill, your service, your time, your product, your which other thing did I even mention? Your knowledge, your ideas. You can monetize everything. Final thing, your pain. You can monetize your pain. You can monetize your pain. Let me give you classical example of these things, right? Before I round up, I've said a lot. Now, when it comes to monetizing your time, you can go into mentorship, you can go into consulting. It's one of the ways to monetize your time. You tell people, oh, okay, let me help you reduce your waiting time in the hospital, in the clinic. Let me help you reduce your waiting time. You don't need to go to the hospital and then wait. Let me offer virtual sessions, tele-rehabilitation, teleconsulting. Talk to me about your pain. I'll tell you the path to follow, the path of care. You're not offering treatment though. I'll tell you, okay, when you go to the hospital, this is what you should tell your doctor. I've done that for a lady before from Lagos, and she paid me for it. This is what you should, when you go to the hospital, this is what you should tell your doctor. I made the documentation and everything, and I sent it to her. Go and present this to your doctor. Because if you go like this, if I allow you to go like this, you will go and they may give you appointments, come back 6 weeks. And by the time you come back 6 weeks and you meet the doctor, before you even finish complaining about your pain, they'll give you another painkiller. And now you already have ulcer. So when you go, do this, then tell them to refer you to a physiotherapist. Simple and short. Now, that's one of the ways you can monetize your time. You can offer mentorship. Even as a physiotherapist, you can target business owners. right? And start offering them health sessions. Your target market, business owners, busy business owners, so that you can help them understand how to live healthy while still being busy and pursuing money, right? It's part of the reasons I ventured into life coaching, holistic life coaching, because I know the kind of people I want to work with, right? So that's one of the ways to monetize your time. People come to me now. Okay, I think someone, okay, no, the person is not here. Oh, I would want you to mentor me. I want you to, can I be calling you this and that? Can I be doing this? I already have a structure for that. I have a program, a paid mentoring program that affords me more time for those who are there. So if this is the kind of thing you want, you can pay for the program, and then let's connect on that basis. So there are many ways to monetize your time. You can monetize your products, create products, write books, write something, a book on health. My friend who is a nurse wrote a book, and I forwarded that book for her. 5 things, 5 tests to do before you say I do. I forwarded the book for her. I spoke at her book launch. So as a health professional, you can put your name in front of anything and sell anything. So you are doing, okay, 7 fitness parameters, or how to, be more fit in a very busy world. You write a book, take time, put out all those things, put out references, and then package it very well and sell. You can sell e-copies of your book. You can sell hard copies of your book. I wrote a book on networking, how to meet people and connect with people, even if you are shy or introverted. And that particular book, I sold over 100 copies of the book. It was soft copy. In fact, I started selling the book before I even finished editing it. At a point, I had to get the first set of people, like the book I sold to the first set of people. I looked at it and I was like, Kai, I don't even edit this thing well. But nobody really bloody cares. They bought it, they read it, they enjoyed it, they gave me powerful testimonials. I've gathered thousands of testimonials from my students, participants of my classes, and people who read my book in the past. So you can literally monetize anything. Now, when I talked about pain, this is the final thing I'm gonna wrap up with. When I talked about pain, you can monetize your pain. I don't know if you've seen people who have probably been fat, like they've grown fat, they've become obese. Doctor said you are clinically obese, you are morbidly obese. Some of these people, and they are hurt. It hurts them. They get depressed. They feel bad about it. They are on diet. It's not working. They've tried everything. It's not working. you know they are just there getting angry, binge eating, and nothing seems to just be going well. And they decide to take control of their lives. They decide to start working out, to start doing exercise, to start doing this and doing that, to pay a proper coach, diet coach and all that, to draft their diet plan, their meal plan. And then they start working, with those things, and eventually they get better. They feel better. The joint pains they were having disappeared and all that. And then they come out one day online and say, okay, this is me. I've been out for 6 months working on myself, and this is the progress I've made. I'm really glad to share my journey. And boom, 10,000 likes on one post, 5 million views on one post, just because spontaneous body transformation. This is how I went from this to this. Next thing, they created a course from that. That was their pain. They understood the frustration of trying so hard to lose weight and it wasn't working. And that was what they were going to use to communicate to a lot of their target market. I know people like that. I've met them. So you may have painful experiences that you'll be wondering, this one now, wetin I go use and do? Wetin I go use this story do? Heartbreak. Somebody broke your heart. You decide to write a book on how to identify red flags, how to, who you want to marry or something like that. You are able to put all those things together, and boom, you have a powerful content that a lot of people will be glad to look into. That's your pain. You failed the exam and examination, or you had a carryover, and from there you were able to bounce back and do well in your grades. You can monetize that. You can monetize your story, put it into a book or a course or something, or a mentoring program, and start helping other people. Now let me give you 2 classical examples before I round up. There's this guy on Facebook. The guy is a straight A's guy. He hit 5.06 or 7 times while he was in school. And graduated with a 4.92 or 4.89 or something. Now, his story is interesting, but I find it boring. I don't really relate with it so much. It's interesting, but for me, it's just there. It's just a smart kid. Just a genius. Wonderful. But then there's this other lady who had a 2-pointer in her first year, but graduated with a first class. Like the first exam she wrote in school was a 2-pointer, I think 2.6 or 2.7, you know. And then from that first semester, she took decisions, she changed her life, her reading group and everything, and then she started working so hard. And now at the end of the day, she graduated with the first class, best graduating student in her class, in her set. Now she came out to share her story. I read the comment, it was totally different from that of that other guy. The comment section was mad, it was explosive. People were literally, receiving hope. Oh, I think I can do better. Looking at your story, looking at the challenges you face, I think you were able to bounce back from 2 points. I can do this too. So you see how she was able to like transform her painful past into something glorious that she can monetize. Okay, so I want us to be thinking like this. This whole thing is about mindset. It may not be now. I may not be so wealthy now. I may not be. I may be working. These days. I've been trekking a lot, but I'm even liking it because I feel like I'm being more healthy. I'm being fitter. I've been trekking a lot. I should be flying private jets now. But then these things, it's here. You should not be allowing your current circumstances to define who you are. Think like your future and see that future, because that is, the future I'm talking about is success. And that success is something that you truly deserve. So this is where I would like to, wrap it up tonight. Thank you very much. And I would anticipate your questions. Okay. So I hope you really enjoyed this. I'm seeing some comments. I saw some comments. I'll put them up. So I hope you really enjoyed this session tonight. We're not done yet. This is question time. Okay, question time. Throw your questions. Really, the truth of the matter is, this kind of opportunity doesn't usually come. It doesn't usually come. When I see this kind of opportunity, I utilize it, and it has helped me. And I always love to get noticed. If you know me from anywhere, if you've met me anywhere, event, conference, anything, I will be. There's no way you will not notice me. It's impossible. It's important, especially when I pay for a program. I know I pay 50K for training, and I'll just come receive training and go. Sometimes I just pay for those training programs to come and get noticed and go home. I'm not paying to learn anything. So when I get the opportunity, I say, "Oh, does anybody have question?" I'm the first person to jump out, to raise my hand. And when I raise my hand, what do I do? Because I know the caliber of people who are there. Thank you very much for that presentation. My name is Chijioke Otikpa and I am a physiotherapist. By the side, I also do this and this. And while looking around, I'm seeing people with white hair. I know some of them have back pain. I will introduce myself. So please try as much as possible to utilize the opportunity. Thank you all for staying till this time. And I would love to have your questions. I would love to have your questions. I would love to have questions. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Inyolua, Tosin Banjo, and Christiana Henshaw. And then one thing I also want us to do is, when you get to the group, Neuro Rehab, the Physiopreneur Mentorship Group, any group that you saw this training from, please just give feedback. Okay, offer feedback. I'll really, really appreciate. So, okay, I think I'll ask this question. I'll ask this question myself. Um, okay, so Samuiwa, are there any money mistakes that you've made that you now regret? Are there money mistakes that you've made in the past that you now regret, even as a physiotherapist?
Yeah, of course. There have been. I don't know, there was a time when this MMM thing of a thing comes. Seriously, at the time it was very popular. Anything that is too quick and too, it can be a very. I remember them. She was my girlfriend then, but my wife now. She was saying, "I don't do this." I think I did the first one. They gave me like I got double of the money. Like I was already thinking of how we change the whole go for chieftaincy title. That's why I go invest all the money. It was very crazy. So sometimes anything that does not, yes, even though we don't want things to be hard, but if something is just too good to be true, really don't. I think that I think those guys really don't. They really dealt with us back then. I know people that were even admitted into loot because of when guys used their house rents and what have you. And And again, even there are some mistakes whereby you want to create a relationship with patients and you don't want to charge much. You know, sometimes it's not we say that
Hey.
you don't want to charge much, but these people some people are just users, they will use your destiny. Some people
God.
you don't need their relationship. Just do your service and leave. Sometimes
True.
when you are even with this photography, the someone just you use us to you can post my pictures. Are you okay? It is my intellectual property. I will stay the picture and I will post. You don't tell me that say I will tell people more about you. No. Sometimes you just have to don't be too that okay, I will introduce someone greater. A lot of rich people do that. Just charge your rate, and whether you introduce me, I don't care. If you get better, there are sometimes you make that mistake whereby you are already overcommitted. You now even end up paying for the session, thinking that they said, don't worry,
Okay.
when I
Mm,
get better, and it does not get better, the man died. Nobody,
mm,
even you have a lot of debt, so nobody's even paying your money. So please, when it comes to services, especially service that you render, it's not even a product. You say you should return the product, but a service that has been rendered, you can also come and take your service back. Make sure you get your money. There was even one that was so very rude about it. So you can actually make such mistakes. And the other one I mentioned was the one of saving and naira equivalent was the same, but someone wanted me as if it was God that sent it to me, but I was just being an over enthusiastic patriot, and half of the money in the accounts was halved. It was halved.
mm.
It lost its value. So those are some things that, eh, and you will make mistakes definitely. If you see anybody that's made, like I was reading about Elon Musk. Those guys, their own risk is something that they lose bigly. They lose in so much an enormous way. But look at him; he's worth over 500 billion US dollars. And I think the mom of Elon Musk he said there was a time they were actually in a mini flat. Imagine before the father became, was an engineer, got something and he created his own engineering company, and that's how things started booming for them. So I no, I just want to. This life is just really very interesting. That God is nature, if you don't believe it, but let me just say nature, and most ultimately, God is not an unjust God. There will be a time and opportunity will come. I think there was one. I was working for for a hospital, and I missed out on one robust that would have actually even given me about millions and millions in terms of tens of millions. But because I was doing a 9 to 6 or 9 to something, I missed out on it. Sometimes, as someone would say, Muyiwa, about the stability. If you in this life, if you are looking for stability, you have to be very, very careful because you might actually like someone said, oh, okay, I think there was a job offer. There was one time PCA came, Physio Center of Africa, and they were the one paying the highest there. I think it was 250,000. And people were saying, I just want to be somewhere if you get that job, that is good, though. You can build your family and build your life around 250,000 naira. That was it back then. Just imagine. So, but I thought there was a when you were 250,000. This was like about maybe 8 years ago or thereabout. Like, is that all I'm worth? I will just build my life around just that amount. So I just want to. I was just hungry for more, really, and I think that is just that. I was really, really hungry for more, really hungry for more, and you make mistakes, you lose money, you lose this thing. But the thing is, just to pick yourself, learn your lesson, and move again, and bounce back. That is just reality. That's just reality of life. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. This thing you just said, it's a dead devil for a lot of physiotherapists, I'm sure, because myself, I am a very fantastic example. When I came into Abuja, I started seeing this man, his mother-in-law, and the price I started with, a very ridiculous price, and they negotiated and negotiated. I knew this wasn't comfortable, it wasn't convenient for me, but at the end of the day, I decided to accept it. Out of the person that referred me is my friend, the person that the person is actually a physiotherapist that pleaded with me, pleaded with me, pleaded with me. Oh, don't worry, accept this amount. Just do it. This man is a very this one, very that one. He is a great person. He has done this, and don't worry when you do this. He's like, that's how I started. And at the end of the day, when he wasn't really working for me any longer and I wanted to increase the price I was charging, I collect insult too. Oh, all you young people of nowadays, what you think about is money. You're always thinking about money. You don't think about relationship. If you do well, if you treat mama well, you don't know you can become a son of the family. I looked at the man and I was like, I looked at the man and I was like, my father and my mom, I can't remember, talking to them and they said I'm no longer their child. I still have parents, I still have my family, and I'm not looking to become anybody's. I'm not looking for spare father, you know. So this is very, very important for all of us. For all of us, sometimes you can get overcommitted. You can get overcommitted to certain things and out of emotion, and you end up losing out. You end up suffering. Some of you will go and accept PP, accept patient that is paying, say, um, paying, let's say 10K for example, or 7K or 8K or whatever, right? And then you accept it out of, okay, yeah, let's just start, let me just accept. And then when you eventually get tired, you may not even be able to talk, especially the ones that can be like trap. Stroke patients can trap you. Having a patient living with stroke, it can get you trapped if you undercharge. Why? Because eventually you will not even have the mind, because the recovery can be slow. For some of them, they must have plateaued, and you've been charging 10,000, 30,000, 30. Now you know that the 10,000 is not even enough for your transport. You are still charging that 10,000 because you don't have mind to tell the patient, okay, I want to increase my rate because they said, oh, they want the mama to work. Mama has not started working. You want to come and increase rate for what? So it's important that you establish your minimum rate, your like, how do I put it now? Your deal breaker rate, what's the least you can ever take? Put it to be a convenient amount. Okay, sir, this is what I charge for my sessions. I charge 30,000 for my session. Okay, now you are telling them I charge this amount, 30,000 for my session, for example. But after the negotiate, you decide that, okay, let me bring it down to this amount, maybe 5K lower than that. Now, after everything, please still leave the negotiation window open. This is one of the things I tell my clients. I tell people that I work with. I tell them that, okay, I can agree to do this for you at this rate, but I am doing this at my own volition. I'm doing it for you. But this is the clause involved. I will leave the window open because in the future, once this is no longer convenient for me, I'll let you know that my price and that I need to increase the rate, right? If not, I'll help you find somebody else. That way they are aware. So if you are increasing price, they are not surprised because the initial price you told them was even way more than what they were paying. So let's say you tell somebody 35,000 as your treatment rate, and then you eventually land on 20K, right? And you know that in the future you can increase the price. Fine and good, you can increase it later. So a lot of people have done this, not once, not twice. So this thing that was raised is very, very, very important. Don't go and accept what you cannot do in the name of relationship. So you are charging 15K for session. Somebody is pricing you 7,000 and you want to go and accept. Don't do that to yourself. No matter how desperate you are, don't do it to yourself. Let them know this is what I do. But in case I'm to do, and then if you want to reduce your price, offer limited sessions. I had a lady who begged and begged and begged and begged them. A church member begged and begged and begged and begged and begged. This is physio. I say, okay, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to reduce the price, right? But I'll only offer you 2 sessions. After that, find your way to general hospital. It's not me and you that will be doing 8,000 physiotherapy session. Is it for beans? No, it's not me and you. So leave the negotiation window open so that you can review your price upwards in future. Don't get trapped. It's even important that this is not if you've not experienced this, just thank your stars. Thank God. If you've not experienced it can be funny. It can be funny, I won't lie. You just get stuck, you get paralyzed in one place, and then you keep charging 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. Year, one whole year, you are charging 10,000. You cannot increase it because the result that they are looking for, it has not been gotten. And that result may even be impossible. Maybe sometimes what you're just doing is helping optimize the available function, and to prevent deconditioning or prevent retrogression. So this is important. This is really important. Don't make that money mistake. Now, I'm seeing a question here. How can I stay focused amidst my throat is drying up? Let me get some water. How can I stay focused amidst all the distractions? Because when you know you have the skill, the knowledge, you can sell, you can do a lot of things. But focus still needed because doing a lot can be distracting at times. Now, this is what I'll tell you all. Okay. So I believe you're still with me. This is what I let me go and drink water. So this is what I'm going to tell all of us. Um, yeah, I understand that doing a lot of things can be distracting, a bit distracting, and you need focus. Yeah, but the truth of the matter is, if we can tell ourselves the truth, we have time. Oh. It's just that we don't know how to prioritize. So one solution to this thing what you just asked is learn to create priorities for whatever you are doing. Okay, learn to create priorities. Learn to know what to focus on per time. I told you that for 2020 to 2021, I was learning sales, I was learning public speaking, I was learning how to teach, teaching methodologies and stuff like that. I was learning all those things, right? Now, now you can decide what you want to focus on per time. Prioritize. There's how to create a prioritization window for yourself. What gives me more money? What gives me more fulfillment? What helps me make more impact? What um what am I more passionate about? What do I really love to do? What do I enjoy doing? You know, what is my thing? What do I want to do at the moment? What do I have the leverage for at the moment? So with all those questions, if you're able to like ask yourself and figure out these things, you can identify what, and then choose maybe two or three of them for the time being. Now, there's a way I do it for myself. As I am learning one thing, I'm manifesting another thing. As I'm learning, taking a course, for example, um let's say I want to start talking about health generally. I can be learning nutrition. While I'm learning about nutrition, I'm not talking about it, right? I'm not talking about it yet. I'm talking about posture and back care and exercise, right? The moment I'm done learning about that nutrition, I'm hosting a class to help people understand more about nutrition, right? And I'm talking about it online. I'm talking about the, benefits of good nutrition and all that. And by the time I'm done with that, I'm picking another thing, maybe skincare if I want to. I'm just saying. So choose what you want to do per time, okay? Then ignore the noise. People are, oh, this one is happening here, this one is happening there. Just ignore the noise and build on those ones for a while, okay? Work on the ones that you're getting the most results for a while. When you have mastered them, then you can go to the next thing. Now, another thing to do is to systematize everything that you do. Give everything you do a name that will help you manage them easily. Now, I know that, yeah, I know a lot of things. I am good in a lot of things. I'm, good with a lot of things, but but um sometimes they can get really difficult to manage, right? So when it comes to teaching, coaching, and all that, oh, public speaking, branding, this, that, healthcare, time management, and all, I said one thing that will help me to cover all these things is the title life coach. You know, life coaching will help me to cover all this. So I put all of them under it. I call it the umbrella strategy. So find multiple umbrellas to hold those different things that you know how to do. So as a media person, you know how to take good pictures, you're interested in graphic design, you feel like you may be going into social media management in the future, or maybe going into video editing in the future and stuff like that, then you can capture all those things and put it into media consultancy, right? New media consultant or brand image brand image enthusiast, right? Or personal branding, whatever, something like that. Okay. Now you can go into digital branding, you can go into brand design, or what is it called again? Brand strategy. So that becomes the umbrella that will carry all those things and every other thing that is to come. It's going to be easier for you to manage. Okay. Now, as a physiotherapist who is interested in other aspects of healthcare, you can go into health coaching. Okay. So instead of just being a physiotherapist who is doing this, doing that, you can call yourself a holistic coach, a holistic health coach, right? So you have interest in this, you have interest in that, at least three different aspects of that particular thing, so you can add the holistic aspect or holistic dimension to it. Okay. So learn how to create priorities. And then whenever it comes to this one is also very important. Whenever you are in the flow for anything, create the product and keep. Once you hit flow for anything, create the product and keep. Once you notice that, okay, this graphic design that you're doing now, you may not be doing it in the next 2 years or 3 years. You may lose interest for that. Create products, create courses on graphic design and keep. This what's it called? This what's it called? Photography that you're doing, start creating courses on how to do smartphone photography, how to do this, how to do that. Start writing articles, start making posts. One of the reasons I'm building I'm doing this on this YouTube channel. It's not every question I can answer. It's not every question that I would like to sit down and start answering. People will come to me to pick my brain. I can just refer them, oh, I've made this video, go and look for it on my YouTube channel, or take this link, go and watch it. When you're done watching it, come back. Sometimes they don't come back anyway. So create different things, create them so that you can save more time for yourself in the future. And then you can have different things that you can monetize. So people come to me and they're like, oh, coach, can you teach me how to, how can I want to learn how to get on StreamYard. I want to learn how to use this tool. I want to learn how to do this or do that. Right. And I'm like, oh, I already have a course recorded on how to do this. I already have a program on this. I have a book on how to meet people, how to network with people, how to communicate. I have a course on public speaking. So now you can go and buy that thing. It's already there. So even if I'm not doing it at that time that they came, it is there. So for you, this is one of the things. Leverage your youthfulness. Sorry. Okay. So leverage your youthfulness. Now that we are young. Okay, Samuel, you are back. Okay. So let me finish this thing I want to say, then I'll bring you back. So now that we are young, leverage your youthfulness to create multiple products. Part of the things I'm doing now, I may not have a lot of money now, right? But I'm creating a lot of products so that in the future, I know I'm going to be on big stages, places where I'll come and speak to thousands of people, and I can easily sell something to those thousands of people. One of the things I actually want to do now is to start. I have manuscripts for about maybe 20 different books. Like if I have money now, if I have money, I can literally publish like 20 different books within the next 30 days. I have all I need to do is just edit them. Now I'm compiling all my resources, putting them together in one place so that it will be easier for me to fine-tune them in the future. Now, this is what I want you to be doing too. When you have so many things that appeal to you, so many things you can do, you have so many skills, so many interests, so many abilities, start packaging. Package this one, keep. Create a product out of this one, keep. Create a course here, keep. Create a book or a manuscript, keep. By the time you are done, record a video, put it on YouTube, let it be there. By the time you are done, at any point in your life, you are going to maybe pass those stages, right? You can now easily just refer people back to what you have already created because you may not have the appetite to be doing those things over and over and over and over. I have courses that I created on I mean, trainings I did on LinkedIn optimization as far back as 2020. By 2021, I stopped teaching people LinkedIn optimization because it was boring to me. It was boring. People were enjoying it, but I didn't derive any more pleasure teaching that. It was too boring and bland, right? But then people will come to me and they're like, "Do you teach this? Do you teach that?" I'll just be like, "No, but I have a course that I recorded in 2020. If you want it, you can just make equipment and it will help you understand the basics of LinkedIn. So yeah, go ahead and get it." And then they will go and pay and get it. Okay. So whatever you're doing now, photography, design, graphic design, whatever it is, just start creating, start pulling resources together, and then start build communities too around those things. Okay. So that even when you have left that area, you have people you have already impacted. Because me, I believe so much in people investment, like investing in people. What Samuel is doing now, he probably okay. He may not know the depth it is getting to, that at the end of the day, we are going to now have like different people who can say, "Oh, thank God I joined Neuro Rehab. Thank God I was a member of this platform. Thank God I was, and we have all grown, we have become big and all that." That's people investment. Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, he's not really getting anything from this. He's not getting any money. It's not like we are doing any special thing that's bringing money to his account, or we are subscribing. Even subscribe to YouTube channel for some people was so difficult. I sometimes well, I get surprised how
Not fair.
how
It was not fair. Because what people do, how people like things free. Actually, that's just the unfortunate thing. Let
yeah,
me just try and add a flesh to what you said. I think there was a time saying that we're celebrating organizations that have been 100 years old. Now, Chijioke will be invited. Maybe it's going to be in Amsterdam, or it's going to be in New York. And so I've been doing this for the past 40 years. I don't like, oh, but you were only just 21 years old. And some of us, we are waiting to be big before we do something, and that is the problem. Organizations, so Tesla, talking about, this or Facebook, they started it and they say in their garage. Just imagine, they only say that is when nobody knows them. They count those years too. Like
true,
you're selling something, you are some people like this, they're into a thrift shop, like all this bend down selling. That's what they sell, but they say thrift shop. Do you know someone? I think I said as part of the question. They said, "What can you sell as a school?" Go through the stress of going to Lagos Highland, package jam, take picture with your iPhone. We're using get some ring lights and take the pictures. Like you tell them that this is what I know of one physio that I was following on TikTok. She tries, I think she buys from Shane. Is it Shane? I don't know what I pronounce. She and IN, and he buys from AliExpress, and she wears them on her body, and she's, just because the people see her wearing it, and they start ordering those clothes from, and now later on she's going to create her own boutique where she now start buying from Milan and start buying from from Germany, buying from all this corporate Singapore and all this big, but let's learn to start small and also to celebrate when we are small. Whether it's photography. I will be sorry if he knew only one I can see his name, brother. If he said he wants to now leave physio, I know of someone that because he loves photography and he was in pharmacy, he's my very good friend. I didn't know, I did not just say him. I let another that he was rusticated or something and he left. So he had to go back to school. He went back to 100 level or no 200 level to a main campus, just did a sharply 3-year course, 4-year course rather, and he graduated. But if you see how this guy, I was seeing his Instagram page, the pictures he was taking, this guy, the money he was making, none of us in our sets was making it. We see the camera this guy invested in, the camera that will look into your soul. This guy, bad has gadgets. If you see people working for him, no, but then because he didn't get to study pharmacy, but whereas you see someone say, "How many capsules of tetracycline you want buy?" Sometimes people, but he has always had that passion. So if he tells that he has been a photographer for the past, let me say, 15 years, it carries weight, right? It's not when he now started blowing and no. So people is just into wildlife. You're someone that is into making pastries. I know this lady. Of course, I always use her all the time. She's in I know Elise Cake, Elizabeth. She's in her final year. This girl, She bakes cakes for all my patients during their birthday. And this girl is so good. She started organizing classes. So she has students, baking, that she teaches them baking. This girl, I told her, come and sponsor Global PT Day of Self, because I know she's making money. She has money. I know that lady. Now, a lot of things that you can really do. A lot of things. There was a patient I saw here in London. I was charging her £130 per session, because it was one of our doctors. Yeah, but when you said about you, sometimes you don't don't go and inherit fights. It was a doctor, you saw John. He said, Muyiwa, where are you? I said, well, I'm in Kent. We saw one of my senators here, this day is coming, that he wants him to continue with rehab and everything. I said, okay, no, well, I will take a train. The train I took to and fro, everything is just maybe £15. And he was paying, because I used London rates for him. It was 130, even it was not 200. So I said, yeah, don't care how much did I do the surgery? And just because of someone that maybe about 4 years ago, the doctor, and and I made so much gain. And that was the woman that when she now got to Abuja, guess who I remember that was in Abuja? It's Chijioke. Even though the woman can be very stingy, some people, it's when they get to abroad, they will spend, but when they get to Nigeria, charging 40,000 is complaining. But you could pay £135 for a treatment, which is over 200,000 naira. It's just so the way that we are being undervalued in Nigeria. So guess what? I've never seen Chijioke. I've not seen it before, but he speaks intelligently. He looks intelligent. So automatically, he must be extraordinary. He puts out his testaments of patients that he sees and even their recommendations. The best people to sell to and the very cheaper one is even your community of you. You can't even sell yourself to your fellow physios. So how will you sell yourself to doctors? And physios, you have to look wealthy. We're talking about financial. You don't even have the money. You are broke. We know you are broke. But look wealthy. Get a very good perfume, for crying out loud. Invest in a very good ointment. Have very clean shave. Just imagine you are wearing, as a physio, you say you need money, you want to make money, you want to break into some cycles, and your belt, the hole, and you're talking, the hole, you will not definitely the use driver. What are you talking about? You just get out. You are someone like this, like, it is terrible. It is terrible. You have terrible diction. I'm from Ondo State. I have a problem with H factor. It's my wife that will be correcting me, but you need to imagine that. One day I meet someone and you just start say, what is this typical H thing? This H, and there are plenty of all these things with H factors, and he just said, happy hour. The mind is almost discouraged. You could not pronounce simple words, but I started. Even though I was a university debater, I debated university orator in school. I had to start, learning. It was when I got here that I knew that there's a difference between a washroom, a shower room, and a bathroom. A bathroom is when there's bath, you enter into the bath and everything. A shower room is shower, So when they were saying, I was not arguing with Oyibo, it was so sometimes confidence is good. This was even the one with my colleague. It was Edinburgh. It's a city in Scotland. Edinburgh. That's what we call it. So he said, "What do you mean Edinburgh?" I was like, "Oh, Edinburgh. You know been to Edinburgh?" I said, "I've been to Edinburgh. Is a very nice place, And I was like, "Edinburgh." He said, "Where is it?" I said, "Is this Scotland?" He said, "Scotland." Did you mean Edinburgh? I was like, I said, "Which is Edinburgh? Which is Edinburgh?" Yeah, it's Edinburgh. I started arguing with the The guy was still confused, and he now thought that he was the one I should wrong. That's what confidence we get. Only for us to check Google. Google now says Edinburgh. I have always believed it's Edinburgh. So you went to University of Edinburgh, this kind of stuff now.
Yes.
So it was in the cafeteria. I was asking all my fellow Nigerians. Everybody was saying, it's Edinburgh now. It's Edinburgh. It's Edinburgh. Just imagine. The other day too, SYNCOPE. I think I put it on the area before. It's syncope. I was like, I said syncope. I said, it's syncope. I was arguing with them. And then we keep learning. That's just the reality. But we should work on our diction. Good command of diction. Someone speaks so nice to you and he speaks so well. The patient said, really, this one will collect my money, this one will collect my money. But if your English is terrible, you have no good command. And again, sometimes language helps. If it's Yoruba too, to die Yoruba, and the ways, you understand Igbo and you speak it, I'm telling you, they won't let you go. Time will not get well. The reason why he will not get well is because he does not want you to go. Just want to please come, and you know about politics, you know about football, you know their area of interest, but most importantly in everything, dress well. You dress well, you have that comportment, that charisma, that aura, you have that, that finesse. Oh my God, you sit down, and you just have that. They know you dress well, your clothes are well gaitered, you look smart. You as a lady, you look decent, smart, elegant. You as a guy, very nice haircut, not dandruff laden. You are the kind of lady that the closure of your wig, is well knitted, not the one that is like, see, there's a pattern in the Red Sea. You are well. And again, look at the hair in your nostrils. Come and see. Some people it's like you can actually plait a wig. You can get this from try and train. That it is. Imagine that you are talking to a patient, or the patient is lying down, and the way you're mobilizing, lift your leg up, and you could see all the hair strands in your nostrils. Oh my. No, these are the things, because I will be horrified. I'm going to. I don't know. You are going to kill me, doctor. You're going to kill me. What are you doing? What is in your nostrils? They're not going to stop. You are talking about financial intelligence, but you should take care of your body. Your tummy is protruding. In as much you are trying to, your tummy is pushing the patient. And that's how they will sue you for sexual harassment. Whereas it is your tummy that was acting on its own accord. You are the kind of physios that like eating eggs and beans and next thing. You are treating a patient and next thing you started farting. No courtesy. You are not demure. You are not, oh my God. So, there's a way you can even fart. You fart and it doesn't smell. But horrible. You fart and it smells. So far. Like we said, let's create this conversation. So as a student, there are things that we can do really. You can make a lot of exploit on our money, but carry yourself. Have you seen some therapist shoes before? Oh my God. It makes noise. Like their shoes make noise. Like you cannot even tiptoe to a patient's room because they will know you are the one. Like, shoes. Invest in a good shoe for clients. Please, you need a shoe, let me know. Tell Chijioke. Chijioke, please get about 2 people or so that we can get shoes for. If show us your terrible shoe, so we can get you a good shoe. Your shoe must be so terrible.
Okay.
You're coming like this, we could see your socks from the inside, from the tip of the shoe. What are you talking about? Some therapists, it's just to, we need to do better. We need to do better. You must dress smart. You dress the way you want to be. You want to say you're financially buoyant and all. As a matter of fact, sometimes we try to look poor so that they will help you. Nobody helps the poor people. Even the Bible talk. Let me tell you what the Bible talk. He said, from the hands of the people that have little, it shall be taken from them and be given to the person that has more. If you look poor, they'll say you don't need the money. Money don't fit you. No, the money will get lost. They will take it from you to someone that can manage. Imagine that person when they give someone 5 talent, give someone 2 talent, they give someone 1 talent. The 1 talent, they keep it. No, you are a wicked boss. You are a wicked boss. You do not treat it from where you take and everything. They took the money from him because they want to double to 10 talents. They gave him that 1. They cast him out into darkness, with gnashing of teeth and what have you. And then they will take from the little that you've even gotten, and they will give it to the person. So act like it. Some will say it's fake it until you make it. No, but I think it's just, as you said, it's mindset. If you're poor inside, at least, your pocket might be poor, but have the attitude of a wealthy person. Have an attitude of, let us act like it. Let us speak like it. Invest in your diction. Invest in your speaking. Invest in your look. Nothing too expensive. I'm not saying you should put on chain, but something, You must be clean and you must be neat. There's a difference between neatness and cleanliness. There was a day, unfortunately, so I didn't know. Then I was carrying Okada. You know, the heat of I was sweating. But this patient, because I've already became a friend to the daughter, she was saying, "Oh, you must be so stressed that I smell." Actually, because I don't stay inside that downfall. So my armpit and everything. Ever since when she told me that thing, as in my confidence was low about, I bounced back. Because she knows me. Normally I don't, but that day was because I didn't have a car. I did this. Always hold extra deodorant in your bag. I mean, everybody smells really, but just try and smell good.
True.
Just imagine you are treating a patient because you are trying to do neck traction and the patient now vomited. No, it's not sick. It's just because you smell. Come on, shave your armpits. Shave your armpits. Some physios cannot even dare wear short sleeve because the hair underneath will start. You can see it. Underneath the armpit. Say, doctor, what is that thing underneath your axilla? Oh, he said, oh yeah, no, that is just the freaking hair. It's just so crazy. Anyway, that is just on the lighter one. So someone said, how do I get capital to run a successful business related to my profession as a physiotherapist? How do you run a capital? Money is something. So I would not advise you to go and borrow money for something, Someone said, but focus is thinking that a lot can be distracted at times. Focus, but yeah, a lot of it can distract, but never you neglect yourself. You are the container. If you have all the skills to do what, if you become sick, or if you the container, your body cannot even, you are not appealing to people. You are the first they will see. They say beauty is the eye of the beholder. People like to be. I don't know whether the research has been done, but I think there was one that said therapists that are handsome, they tend to get the patients better. They attract more. So if you're ugly, as a physio, you're not really handsome as much, And again, you now still smell. Terrible combo, You're ugly and you're handsome. If you're ugly, at least try and be neat. Try and be clean. Wear good clothes. Smell nice. So it can't be. You can't have both issues. You can't be ugly. That means you're not facially appealing as much. And at the same time, you should be smelling. So I know a lot of things can be competing for your interest, but never you neglect taking care of yourself. Shave well, have a very nice haircut. It's something, very, very important. Because if you cannot even focus, if you cannot take care of yourself, the focus is not on yourself. The patient will be saying, how will someone not take care of me? So we don't even take care of himself. It's just common sense, definitely. So income. So at least we've actually invited pharmacist Adi Baki one time to talk about. He talked about angel investment. We can invite sometimes to come and talk to us about it. But now with the interest rates, I will not advise you to go and borrow money. So start small, and as your boss would say, they will say, I don't know whether you have seen more for. I know this YouTube, a lot of Oyibos we watch. We call it beans pudding or something. It's always, they put it in the leaf, so it's always from the flat side. You start eating. You don't start from where the egg is or where the fish is. You start small. You start building up. So you start small, really. Basically, that's what I'm saying. And it's best you actually get angel investment, speak to friends, colleagues. And I said, let's learn from Meneli Kuku Obiora, Eku Hospital, back in the days. 3 roommates. They went, they specialized, pull resources together, and they created Eneli Kuku Obiora, Eku Hospital that we see at Mobolaji and Tony Road, and the one in Surulere. Let us learn, because most of us want to do things all by ourselves. What makes Rehab great is people of like interest. We just came together, seniors, juniors, everybody, young ones. We came together, and here we are. I'm telling you, someone Good was telling me how much we spent so far on New Rehab. Was going to about 6 million naira that we've given out, whether it's giveaways, sponsorship, NAP sponsorship, people that have been healed, that lost loved ones, global period of service, 6 million naira. We don't collect them from anyone in terms of maybe people should pay, but people can see what the dividends. Someone say he has never gotten giveaway before. It's up if you participate, and they said they have gotten. That is it. People have the textbooks, it's the knowledge. People have been so much reinvigorated in themselves. So start small. With the little you have, start. You don't have to start big. Dr. Nandi, look at what when he was telling us when he spoke to us then. What Chijioke talked about at least letting the organization see the value in yourself, and before you start, they started seeing him as a competition, and he left but that experience gave him that, oh, I can do this. And then look at him now in multiple states. He has actually, as a physiotherapist, which tech skills do you think can be learned? A lot of tech skills. I think Chijioke will tell you more about that. A lot of tech skills that you can actually learn. A lot of skills, really, soft skills. Even, a lot of things. You can be a physiotherapist and be a pastor. Of course, we have a lot of physiotherapists that are pastors, and they are doing so well. One day we invited Dr. Apostle, this man is now popular, and everybody broadcast this thing.
Femi Lazarus.
Lazarus, invited him to the UK.
Oh.
A lot of physiotherapists. A lot of people, you can go into music. Look at that young guy that we were voting for back then, that was, we didn't hear about him anymore. Can go into venture into music. Look at Jemima. I invited Jemima back then for the what's it called? Global Pursuit of Service at Queen's College. A very lovely lady. She was a physiotherapist. Imagine telling because you're part of physiotherapy, you should leave her acting. And then this it doesn't make sense. It can be a side hustle. That's what I'm saying. So
wait, is it Jemima Osunde?
Yes, she's a physio. Oh. She's my junior colleague.
Wow.
She's a physiotherapist. So what apps would you recommend for savings with high interest rate and investment? Be careful of that. But I think it's all these new generation banks that they will take less of. But I think piggy bank has been proven to be very, very, if you are saving there, and piggy bank even has an option of investing.
Yeah, I save with piggy bank. I save with piggy flex dollar.
Piggy bank, all this Providence Bank, VP that we use, VP has been so fantastic. If it had been another this thing, all these traditional banks, they would say you have to come over to come but this will over the phone, they will sort anything you want to. They will say you have to come, you're out of the country, they will tell you to come to Nigeria to come and sort your bank. Just imagine the craziness, the absurdity of traveling just because you want to sort what is your account. So all these first generation banks will do. And seriously, you should have some foreign currencies. If you can actually get to do it, it really makes. I don't really know much about it really, because I know there was a time they were clamping down on all these BTC. Nigerian government is just so crazy. You save money in dollars again, next thing they go remove your money. They will just, they will say there's no dollar to give. How do you say you have about someone has $5,000? Bank will they say you don't have dollar to give. But I can see it in my this. They say no, it's not. It is there, but it's not withdrawable. It's just so crazy. So a lot of people they go for this South African bank, Stanbic IBTC, Standard Chartered, and people said they prefer it. I know if a client of mine that was saying all these foreign ones because they have the reputation to protect. So, but the thing is, it's also not really patriotic, because if we don't buy and invest in Nigeria, it's you can see, but when you consider yourself, it's just a crazy thing, really. That question is from how do you make more money from physiotherapy sessions and create more interaction with clients? Oh, you should try and you have a sense of humor, really. Try and be funny. Sometimes, if you can even go and Google jokes, something like something, and play with your children, play with the family and interact. You'll be going to see someone all the time. It's not like they have a 2-year-old boy. No, I bought this for Junior. Nothing. You are just so stingy. I feel so stingy. I know. Physios are stingy. No, that amongst all the people. I think no, nurses are more stingy. But you know, physios are stingy. You have been seeing a patient go, they will offer you goat meat or no, you go they chop. Junior, how are you? Did I school today? If I'm the boy, I will put battery mercury in your food. Because you ask me about school, you know, you say, okay, for Christmas, take some, like, case in point. When I was going to see this patient in this thing, I just, because I was waiting, they were coming from the hospital and they said the boy was not feeling fine. They had some. I just went to, Tesco, bought a nice cake. Oh, so I got this for you. How much was the cake? £5. I know I could collect 135 pounds. Altogether, they pay for about how many sessions, sometimes the Bible say pour is the person that pours cold water in front that steps on a cool ground. And is the person that will step, you will find it easy. They have never paid me at all, and everything. So I didn't even boss. He was like, she saw the cake. So guess what he said? Is it chocolate? Is it chocolate? That is the mom. Is it chocolate? Is it chocolate? That's our favorite. They were so happy. Imagine when I mention my price. Doctor, I beg. They won't be able to even. That's the way you do things. So you can actually have a sense of humor. But most people, you might have a sense of humor and they will say, know what you are doing and make sure they are getting well. If they're not getting well, be sincere with them. I've seen you for about this thing, you're not getting well. I said, no, I'm not really encouraging what I'm saying. I think we should, you know, get the service, or let's get a second opinion. Let me refer. It shows the sincerity that you've got that fervor and the candor within yourself. Is it possible to teach us forex here? Chijioke, can you be down? Someone's asking for forex. These are the things. I don't know anything about forex. Aside physiotherapy, what other sources of income are available as PT? A lot, as I said, a lot of things that you can actually get to do. A lot, as Chijioke has already highlighted. You can go into mentorship. Why do you think some people like this? I don't know. Some people are very fortunate. Someone was telling me that OnlyFans, like someone was making maybe about 43 million. And when they people said, is that no? Don't do anything else, because it will imagine your children in the next future. And they will say, my dad, my uncle has your OnlyFans, your mom's OnlyFans. That kind of stuff. No, but the other things that you can do, you can sell product. There's one guy where I at first someone was selling a course for all this how to do Photoshop and everything. I paid about $50. It was so useless. It was an American guy that snapped all this big. It was so useless. I just went to YouTube. I saw these Indian guys. Oh my God, God bless Indians. These Indians, they broke it down. I understood. And that's why if you checked my editing beginning of the year and this year, there's a big time difference. And that is it. So if it's about you, look at what Chijioke is doing. Chijioke's audience is not us. It's like what we have had now, this thing that we've had. Is we know what is paying. But someone will just check, you want to have something about this thing. If you go out and you get to watch, maybe the next 2-3 years, why is all this fire? They are fighting for streaming, but people should stream. He asked about maybe 500,000 views. They call Chijioke, please, they send you $10,000 for that. Like he has even forgotten about. Imagine, and every month, he gets. That is people thinking in the long run, but most of us want immediate gratification. But seriously, that is not. Let us invest in ourselves. With this photography thing, I traveled to Wales because I just want to have people to take picture. I traveled to Wales to take a friend of mine that just gave birth. I traveled, that was 4 hours by driving. I drove to Wales to go and take picture. If you go and look at the first pictures I took on my page, you will notice like everything was so saturated, but there's so much love, it was free, so they cannot beat me now. If like you want to get better, but I was using them to learn. No, I get to ask a lot of people. Someone was telling me, I love the guy's photography. I said, you teach me now. The guy was for me. I don't know, maybe when it comes to knowledge, he don't want to share. I sent him 100,000 naira. Yeah, he started teaching me everything. Hey! He was like, when are you going to club? Oh, so you see, money provokes. Sometimes when you give someone a bribe or you give them a little gift, it provokes them, they will do more. But you also, you are calling Chijioke all the time. Chijioke, come and teach us this. You never for once, you say, okay, this man has even invested in us. Let's even get him an amper, or let's get him something. But you just want to suck until you suck debris, you suck poison. No, learn to rub and lubricate people that have blessed you. It goes a long way. There's something I will never forget on your rehab. When they gave birth, I was surprised when I said the new rehab is pricing 800 pounds. There was a way they were saying that they don't want to review the name, but me, I have my way. I got the list of the people that contributed. Of course, people that did not contribute. Sorry, but I'm not to spite anyone. But 800 pounds, and I saw the list because I used search for someone. I used the other number to chat. People don't know say I did that group, but they not go know. And I was like, wow, the contribution, and that's something I cannot just forget. No matter how broke I am, if they call me, I will just answer. I will answer. That's it. Like now, I had a meeting. That's why you had to cut off from the meeting because we actually planned. Imagine this is like less than 2 years in this place. Nigerians in my trust, we are about 400. So we created a WhatsApp group. So I'm not only managing your rehab, I have another WhatsApp group that we created where we have Nigerian doctors, nurses, every one of us that we created. So we are planning an end of the year party. We did it last year, again, we are doing it this year. I think I posted it on your rehab now for people that might be interested if you're in the UK. You create community. Last 2 weeks, I went to that was about this day, Birmingham, for a doctor's wedding. Man, he just told me, you used to do MC now. I said, MC. So that photographer did I said, he has already seen a photographer for his wedding. And I said, but that your place is far. Almost 3 hours. I said, yes, if you are there, I would have come. And I said, please, he wants me to do this thing. I've not done MC and I don't know how to do UK MC. Yeah, that's how I know. Hey, but you're a university debater. Just imagine debate I did how many years ago, 14, 13 years ago. So these are the things that makes most of the your best friends will be from secondary school and university. So that's why you must create that formidable alliance and relationship with them. And this is what I want us to keep because you as a student, you should be known for something good, be known for something. And then guess what? I saw all of them, all my fellow medicine and surgery, because all of them, those one, that class is very, very united. And those of us from Lutz, my class were about 40. I was hey, Muke. They were introducing me to their wife. They were this. Me, I said, I'm a photographer. I know this. I did the MC, everything was nice. While they were doing the after party, I brought out my camera and I was shooting again. The following day, I just did some this. I sent it to them, at least to advertise. I put it again, used to create content on my page. I was not being paid for that. But for just that singular this thing, I was paid £250. Here in
Wow.
the UK is stingy. You know, we see free money. Nobody gives anybody free money. When you see that someone is not giving you money, it's because billings choke. So when someone gives you £10 or £50, if you know it's big, it's a lot of calculation. That's it everywhere. Nobody gives, you know. So those skills set you apart. You're into fashion designing. How my God, look at this lady. There was one I did. Is it Vicky James? Look at what he start small. You are the one that you have ideas into content. Google admits you or they get you, or look at these people that they will be trolling, maybe between Access Bank and people are thinking out. Why do you think they were actually criticizing Jaguar? Jaguar, because someone brought about a stupid innovation of LGBTQ, as they are this thing, and people start criticizing but people are creating family oriented. There's one that was just done now by iPhone, family oriented, What are the sources of income currently in digital space and digital space for physiotherapists? I'll leave that to Chijioke. At what point does profitability and ethics cross in creating some? Yeah, I think this is a very good question, and I'll just leave it there because it's quite plenty. You have to be in the sense that you want to make money. Please do not dev. Oh, I think the time is going to be 11 o'clock over there. Oh my God! So and people have to go to work tomorrow. So I'm sorry, I'm going to be running up now because the time here is just 21:50. That's 9:50, 10 minutes to 10. Is that in everything you do not cheat someone. Something that you want to just apply this golden rule to yourself. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. If you don't want to be cheated, do not cheat other people just because you want. Because a good name, a good name is better than riches and gold. And that's something I would just like. Do not do anything that will not tarnish your image. At the same time, do not sell yourself short. Very, very important, very, very germane, very, 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 very important. Never sell yourself short because it is the moment you are selling yourself short, that's when you now try to look for other ways to make up and and you now start doing some agogo. No, don't do that. Please do not do that. So that's something actually I would just like to encourage us with. And that'll be all from our end. So thank you very much. Chijioke, are you there?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So
We can hear you.
can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Mhm.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I wanted to pull out the questions so that I can be looking at them and also answering. I think there are two questions that you left for me to answer.
No, there are
And the
more.
first one
There are
has to do with
more.
forex trading. Somebody
I think there are
he
more. There are
said,
more than there are more. It's about 30 questions. I think I just answered briefly about 4 or so.
okay. So I'll answer the ones that are here. So 13, sorry, the one, let me quickly address this one. Somebody was asking about forex, but one thing I would like to say about forex is, please, if you don't have enough knowledge for anything that has to do with investing or trading, please don't do it. I know somebody who has been wrecked by forex trading. For you to actually do forex, one, you have to consistently learn and practice, you have to bring out money to learn from the right sources. You have to pay a forex coach to actually take you through and teach you. And that can be, I mean, you need patience, and then you will need money. I call it floater money. You will need money that you can throw away in your journey in your journey to learning, your journey to mastery of this forex thing. You need money that you can use as your seed. Okay, that is to say, you need to be able to bring out some money that you use to practice, and if that money gets burnt in the process, no problem. Otherwise, please, please, and please don't venture into what you don't understand. Forex is not gambling. A lot of people approach it with
Okay,
gambling, and then
I will have to leave now because I have another engagement. Thank you very much for having me.
okay, okay.
Yeah, thank you
Oh,
very much.
thank you so much. Thank
Yeah,
you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. I really do appreciate this. Um, I'll definitely come. I'll send you a message later. Thank you so much. This was really amazing. I learned a lot personally too. Thank you, sir. Bye. So, someone was asking about forex. If there's anything that you do not understand, you need to calm down. And then, yes, yes, for those who are still here, follow the instruction that was given. Follow the instruction. It's two people, oh, it's two people. So it's the first two people that that I'll be responding to, and I'll be sending their names, and sending whatever that is required. So um let it be that it's your benefit for being in this session tonight. So if you're still here, well done. Congratulations. And I really hope you're getting value tonight. I hope you're getting value tonight. Um, but if you're tired, if you want to go, you want to go and sleep for work tomorrow, that's fine. You can go. You can come back for the replay later. Now, like I was saying, if you want to learn Forex, take out your time and learn properly before you actually is it possible to teach us Forex here? Yeah. So, well, is it possible to teach us Forex here? It is possible, but that means I would have to find somebody who is competent at it and invite them to come and introduce us to Forex. I have a name in my mind. I have somebody I can invite. He's a Forex coach. He's doing well. But the thing is, some of these people, inviting them will not go. I mean, it's not something you can do and tell them, oh, thank you, sir, thank you very much. No, some of them, inviting them, you need money to invite them. Okay, you need money to pay them to speak for a certain number of hours or minutes. So if we are ready for that, that's fine. If we're ready to make such investments and bring them on board, fine. But as for learning Forex, yes, we can learn a bit about Forex, right? But it's not everybody here that would want to learn Forex. So you can get the introduction, and then probably, if you have money, you can now pay for their advanced program, and they will take you whether one-on-one or group training programs. So now the next question is how to make more money from physiotherapy sessions and create more interaction with clients. Dr. Muyiwa has talked about that. He has talked about that. Okay, so one thing I also want to say is prioritize rich clients, prioritize very well-paying clients. Okay, go to where they may be found, go for events where you likely see them. Now let me give us a secret. Let me go give us one secret. Anybody who is still here, if you are still here with me this night, please say something in the comment section. If you are still here, say something in the comment section. Let's have and I know this is going to be almost 3 hours of learning time, almost 3 hours. But trust me, this is worth it. This is worth it. These are the things that they don't teach us in school. We're privileged to be learning these things here. It's a lot. It's a lot, really. So so good. Um, one secret I'll give you: if you want to make more money as a physiotherapist, you want to have more clients. One, so it's either you are getting more clients who can pay you, or or you are getting fewer clients who can pay premium, more clients who can pay what you charge. I mean, who can pay your baseline fee, right? Or few clients who can pay premium. So what do I mean? If your charge, your rate that you can take now is 15K, hmm, you can go to churches in your area and offer them health talks on posture, back pain prevention, things like that. If you're Muslim, you can look for religious organizations or religious groups, small groups. You can create communities online or offline and teach them about health. You can organize a hangout. I organized one hangout in Abuja recently, this Saturday. That was yesterday, and it was an amazing one. It had nothing to do with physiotherapy though. It was for creatives and entrepreneurs in Abuja. Now, you can organize such events and use the opportunity to teach people about health. Now, when you teach them, automatically they become obligated. I mean, they become interested in you. They, they want to know more. And let me tell you one secret. If you address a group of 100 people, at least 30 people need you urgently there. Out of that 30, at least 10 people need you and they can afford you. And out of those people who need you and can afford you, in fact, out of those 30 who need you, there are still people who have relatives, maybe 50 have relatives that need your service. So there's no way you will live there without getting clients. People used to say, well, how do you get PP? How can I get PP? It's not hard. In fact, when you do it, you'll be the one to be running. You'll be the one running. They will be chasing after you. You will be running. Okay. So find opportunities to share value. You'll see me on TV stations. You'll see me on radio stations. You see me here. You see me there. That's one of the things that you can do for yourself. Look for a way to create value en masse in large proportions. Let many people see what you do. Now, on the other end, Bolanle, Bolanle, please try and see if you can join the screen. I want us to see your face small. Try and see if you can join the screen. Otherwise, that's okay. But I really want to commend you for making this possible. I want to commend you. It wasn't easy, but you did it. Okay, you tried, you organized everything, facilitated the design with the designer. Also, thanks to the person. So I'm grateful. I'm really grateful for all the effort you put into this, and I look forward to us creating more amazing experiences for the participants. So like I was saying, when you are able to create a lot of value for people, for a lot of people, many of them will need your services and they would want to pay for it. Okay. So start thinking of how you can do this, how you can organize programs, how you can be hosted at programs to speak, how you can go to churches or schools to speak or train. Now, by the time you are done there, some of them will now be like, oh, do you treat back pain? Oh, my husband has knee pain. Oh, my auntie has this. My mother-in-law has this. Can you come to the house? So from there now, you'll be negotiating with more people. So you can have like maybe at the end of the day, you have like 10 people who need your service. Out of that 10, talk with all the 10 of them. Out of the 10, negotiate with all of them. You may notice that, okay, out of the 10, 5 or 6 cannot afford what you charge. They are out. They are the ones who want you to do it for 10K now, please, 10K now. But what you are charging baseline is 15K, right? And they are out. Now you now have 3 people who are willing to pay the 15 and they are willing to commence. Now you can start with those 3 people, right? So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you are seeing this one, and I mean maybe you are seeing one twice a week and they are paying 15. You are seeing the other one twice a week, they are paying 15. You are seeing the other one 3 times a week, they're paying 15. Everywhere don't stew. Like everywhere is already set for you. You are literally having fun. You have a lot of money already, right? Or you meet them and negotiate with them, and then maybe you have 2 or 3 clients. Fine. If you want to reduce the price, fine. Now, at the end of the day, too, you are looking at how can I also target premium clients, how can I penetrate their circle? What kind of events am I attending that I can find these people in? Now, with these people, you can now strategically pitch yourself, let yourself be known in their midst. And then you will find a client who you will tell 35,000 per session. They will just agree. They won't argue. They won't argue. And then if you have like because such clients can stress you, not in the sense that they want to stress you, but the quality of service you have to give them would differ from what somebody who is paying 15,000 will receive. Yes. The quality of service, the paparazzi that will follow it, the touch, the bringing your massage gun, bringing this one, bringing your this machine, that machine, it's going to be different. The packaging is different, right? Now, if you have at least two of such people in your life, you don't need a job. Trust me, you don't need a job. If you have just two premium clients in your life that every you are seeing three times a week and they're paying you 30,000, for example, three times a week, that's like 90K weekly from just one person. You have another one person, that's how much? 180. 180 times two, 360 times another two, 1440. Abi, do I even know what I'm calculating now? 360 times two. No, that it can't be one for hey, no. 360 times 2 is 720. That means in a month, just for those two clients that you don't even spend more than 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes with in a day, then you can still go and pursue others, your 15K, 15K, 15K people, then that means 720 plus those 15K people that you put together maybe becomes 400 in a month. And at the end of the day, you have over a 1 million naira per month, right? And you are not running mad. You are not in a hospital from morning till 4 till 5. You are coming by, you are doing call, you are doing all these things. No, you are living a soft life. You are making a lot of money, and at the end of the day, you can use the money to process whatever you want to process. If you want to travel, you travel. You want to do anything, you do. So that's what I'll say for now. So the next question: how to make more money from physiotherapy sessions and create more? Yeah, I've already answered this. What apps would you recommend for savings with high interest rate and investments? Okay, we've already mentioned Piggy Flex Dollar, Piggy Vest. Okay, so you can use Piggy Vest to save. Yes, thank you very much, Elijah. Thank you very much. You can use Piggy Vest to save. I use Piggy Vest to save both in naira and in dollar. Now, you can also use cheaper cash to buy dollars and keep. You can use Bamboo app to invest in stocks and also to get dollars if you want. You can use USDT, United States Dollar Theta. You can purchase USDT on Binance or KuCoin. You can use which other application, which other tool, Gray. Some of these tools can help you to actually receive money in foreign currency or save money in foreign currency. Okay. Piggyvest has good interest rates. Good interest rates. Now, I need more ideas and steps to take in multiple ways of income, including taking much energy as I work as a physiotherapist. Okay, income without taking much energy. How you have skills, you have gifts, you have abilities, writing, speaking, training, and what have you. You can think of. I've already shared all this in the what is it called? Um, this session. Okay, I've already shared all these things tonight, so you can go through the teaching again. How can a physiotherapist work 9 to 5, to increases earnings? Working 9 to 5 increases earnings metrics in this economy. Least feasible and possible means to get these streams of income. We've said that. Dr. Muyiwa has already provided a lot of insights. Tech skills, yes. Coding, graphic design, animations, cybersecurity, digital marketing. There are a lot of digital tech skills that you can learn. Okay. Now, how can one get freelancing job that can be done remotely and will not affect normal 9 to 5 job? There are freelance platforms available to you. There are freelance platforms that you can, tap into. Upwork, Fiverr, freelancer.com, and the rest of them. But as for affecting your 9 to 5 p.m. job, it may not work like that because a lot of these jobs, you're on different time zones with them. So maybe if you're looking for jobs, freelance jobs, look for the ones that will, favor your time zone so that it will be when you are back home that they will be starting their own day, right? So you can be working from home and all that. But you still have to be careful. Okay, you still have to be careful so that you don't go and accept job offers that will break you down. Okay, so the next one, capital. Already mentioned that start raising your own capital. Start raising your own capital. Okay, start thinking of what you can do now. and raise money small, 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 small. Reinvest in yourself, invest in other things that can help you multiply the money so that you can at least become your your first investor should be yourself. Okay, the first capital you are getting should be from yourself, so that you can even have a reason to ask or pitch for capital. Now, as a physiotherapy student, how can I make income while still studying? Answered already. Student physiotherapists, considering the fact that studying physiotherapy is demanding, would combining a side hustle be a good idea? Unless if you're a student physiotherapist, okay. Okay, no problems, Bolanle. Thank you very much. Now, if you're a physiotherapist, student physiotherapist, um, and you are struggling with your academics, focus on your academics first. Focus first. Okay, get that one done and then start doing other things. But this is what I do: holidays and weekends. Holidays, weekends, and strike. Any strike that we get, I use it for non extracurricular activities. Okay, then hang around people who are doing stuff, people who are doing extraordinary things. That's one of the ways you can draw inspiration to also do yours. You know, everything is possible. One thing I did when I was in school, for every important activity I was taking into my life, I was eliminating at least two other activities that are not so important. Okay, so I used to watch football and I used to play football. But when I realized that, yeah, I had a leadership position in my campus fellowship and I wanted to increase better my grades, and I also wanted to learn more about business and entrepreneurship. I wanted to become better with my life personally. I had to stop watching football and I had to stop playing football. Not because it is bad to watch football or bad to play football, but then I knew that I could survive without both of them. I needed something more urgent. You know, I needed to start doing something more important. And that's how I migrated, right? So you to look at yourself, look at your life. There are some things that you are doing now that are not so urgent or important. Eliminate them so that you have more time for things that really matter. You are the kind of person who loves to watch Telemundo, Z Cinema, this one, that one, Netflix, conflicts, all of them. And that, see, sometimes we deceive ourselves that we don't have time. You don't have time, but you are pressing phone all the time. You don't have time, but you're always on TikTok, you're always on Facebook, you're always on YouTube, watching nonsense reels that won't add anything to your life. I'm speaking to you, and I'm also speaking to myself, because these things are very distracting. These distractions are real and tangible, very strong, right? So it will make you, I want you to understand that you have time. If you say you want to do this thing, you will do it. You will do it. You have time. Okay, so um don't tell yourself, oh, this is not possible, I don't have the time, I'm just a student, I'm that. No, you have time. Use that time that you would have used to watch reels, you know Facebook, use that time and start learning what will really make your life better. Okay, use your time wisely. Now, um instead of wasting time, do something productive with your time. Okay, but then if you feel like what you are doing is becoming overwhelming and you're not getting enough time to study or meet up with the demands of your academics, just pause for a while. Focus on your academics to a point that you are sure, okay, yeah, if this exam, if they set it today, I'll pass. Then you can start looking at other things. But one thing I'll say at this point is this: do not sacrifice your dreams just because of grades. Hmm? Do not sacrifice all your dreams just because you want to get good grades. At the end of the day, it's not worth it. It's better for me to graduate with a 2-1 and miss the first class right? But then I have money because I diversified. I looked outside. I looked elsewhere. I did other things. I am impactful to my society. I'm relevant. Hmm? It's better like that than for me to be the bookworm, graduate as the best graduate student with first class, and end up broke, confused, looking for job up and down with my certificate and my degree. Hmm? But it is way more better when you have both. Okay, when you are the first class, this, that, but you're also relevant, you also entrepreneurially sound. But sometimes you can't really have both sides. Sometimes it can be hard to have both sides. If I were to strive for any, I'll strive for relevance beyond the four walls. Okay. So um what are the sources of income currently in the digital space and social space for physiotherapists in Nigeria that are less capital intensive, considering a bad economy and the fact that most sources of income seem to require long-term investment? What are your lowest hanging fruits? Lowest hanging fruits. Sharing your knowledge on social media, like Apoko Doctor, does not require any shishi. You don't have to pay anybody, right? But you can start creating content that you can be rewarded for. You can start speaking at events. You can start organizing your own classes. Even if people are paying you, okay, come and learn about your health for just 1,500 naira. People are paying you 1,500. People are paying you 2,000, right? You are not paying a dime for anything. If you want to pay, it is going to be paying for leverage, paying for advertising. That of course, will still increase the value of your offering so that more people can get to know about what you're doing and then offer you, pay you money to have access to you. Okay. Now, what's the next question? How can one get freelancing job that can be done remotely and will not affect normal 9 to 5? Someone has, okay, no, not that, not that. As that question has been answered. What are some of the income? Okay, no. At what point does profit and ethics cross in creating some streams of income, especially in marketing consumables and orthotic devices to our patients? Dr. Muyiwa answered this one too. Okay, ethics and um profitability and ethics. See, do not see, manipulation. Part of what defines manipulation and separates manipulation from persuasion is the intent to deceive. The intent to deceive or do harm. Part of what explains whether you are being manipulated or you are manipulating another person is the intent to deceive or do harm, the intent to hide information. Okay. Now, if somebody comes to you and says, oh, this drug this drug cures hypertension, sell it to your patients, and then you didn't do any research, but just because you thought there's going to be gain, financial gain from this particular thing, you went ahead to go and start marketing it to your patients. That's where there's a problem. That's where there's a problem. It's manipulation. Okay, it's not good. So you should be able to like balance ethics and profit. You want to make money, but don't promise a patient what something will not do. You probably, okay, there's one new product in the market, and you look at it, it looks flashy. And then you buy it and sell to your patient and tell your patient, this supplement is going to help to do this, when you know it's a lie. You are not sure. This product from long reach or from this one will help do this, will help do that, and then you're leeching them off. I mean, you're snatching their money from them, promising them something you're not sure about. That's where there's a problem. Okay. As long as the goal is to help the patient make life better better for the patient, no problems, no problems. However, if you are not too sure, in fact, even when it comes to making expectations, sometimes we harm our patients by stretching expectations. You're seeing a patient, oh, don't worry, just give me 10 sessions, just 10 sessions. You'll be bouncing around. Just 5 sessions, at the end of the 5 sessions, nothing. Okay. So that's where ethics and profitability cross. This is about you. Understand that you are dealing with human beings, you are dealing with people. One of the things that will help you, for every client you are working with, put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself in their shoes. What if this person lying here is me? What if I am the one in this kind of challenge? What if I'm the one experiencing this pain? Right? What will it see? I sold something to a patient. I sold a belt to a patient. Um, I have the belt with me here, and is this SIJ belt, right? Sacroiliac joint belt. Now, for some of my patients, I found out that when they use the belt, they feel better with their pain. It adds a form of compression around, their hip region and all that, and they feel better for their pain, especially for those who have SIJ dysfunction. Now, for some patients, it doesn't do anything, doesn't work for them, right? Now, that particular belt, I sell it. I sell it. Um, but what I did for my own patients, what I do for my patients sometimes is there's some unnecessary things I don't sell to them, like tense pad. I can't be charging a patient the amount I'm charging them, and I'm charging them again for tens to buy tens pad. I actually learned this one from Dr. Muyiwa. I'm not charging them to buy a shea butter, to buy this one, to buy. You just billing them up and down. No, like everything is already in the package they paid for. Now, the what is it called? The sacroiliac joint belt. I gave it to this lady, this woman, and she was like, "No, no, no, no. I don't want to wear it. I don't want to pay for anything again. I don't have money." I said, "Okay, no wahala. Just and she was like, she doesn't know if it will work. She doesn't want to try it. So she wore it, and she couldn't tell whether it helped or not. Maybe it helped her, but because she knew that she says it's helping, she'll have to pay. I allowed her. She wore it for like almost 3 weeks, and at the end of the day, she came back and told me, oh, this thing is not helping, no, it's not helping. She bundled the SIJ belt for me and gave to me. Now, I didn't charge her for that, and I won't charge her for that. Okay? I won't say, oh, no, 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 you've used it, oh, you pay for it, oh, no, 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 no. Mm-mm. Because I didn't make her the promise that it will take away her pain. Expectation management is important. Okay? Because if I had told her, no, once you wear this thing now, if you just be wearing it, just wear it. No, that's not it. You have to put yourself in their shoes. Okay? So, um, what else? Don't promise what it is not going to achieve. Okay, don't promise what it won't achieve. There's just a lot to say here, but I want to wrap it up at this point. I think I've answered all the questions that you know those questions that were asked here that were sent earlier. So yes, I hope you all got value for your time. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming around, and do have a wonderful night rest. So for those who are going to win the winnables, do the doables now. Do the doables, follow instruction, and do what was required now. So yes, have an amazing night rest. Thank you. Thank you, Elijah. Thank you very much. So come to my DM, do what Samuyiwa said. I'm speaking in parables now, so that those who did not hear that part, they will not know what to do. But like if you're here come around, come to the group, and I mean, come to my DM and, you know, do the doable, do the needful, and then surely I'll get to communicate to him and then back to you. So have a good night rest. I look forward to your feedback. So when you're coming to my DM, I would love to see your feedback about this session tonight. I really hope that this was able to, I mean, we're able to drop something in your heart, a quest for transformation, a quest for growth, a quest for true wealth, true wealth. Okay. So we can all become wealthy people by becoming wealth creators. Do have an amazing night rest. Bye.